Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Dice Tower Essen 2020 Essen Spiel 2023 footage, sponsored by the Op and by All Play. Preview. Not footage. I'm Tom Vasel.
I'm Chris Yee.
I'm Camilla.
I'm Zee Garcia.
I was trying to say all the proper words and the proper thing. I don't have a.
You didn't make notes. Clearly, you
tell
did
her.
not make notes.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Anyhow, so we're just talking a little bit about the fair itself and mostly about the games that are going to be there. So what is the Spiel, you might wonder? Well, here's their website, which, as Z said, is white, yellow.
Ah, that hurts.
But it does make the pictures pop off when you see them.
Then don't use white text. But it looks good.
Them.
Meet
Place of them.
Stefan Feld. I didn't meet that blockhead guy.
I wanna.
I know, I'm a little disappointed. Discovered novelties. This is a nice little thing. But what we're really here to look at are the hall plans. So this is, and forgive me in advance because this interface feels like it was made for a touch screen.
Really?
Oh.
I'm going to try here and not mess up too much.
All right.
Because you have to
I'm excited.
drag it.
Oh, I hate that.
Okay. This is what the fair looks like. And you can see all these different halls here. Whoever made this website makes me look a little better in my color choices with these colors of the halls. And I really like how they colored these halls here because yellow, or no, blue, I hate this so much.
This is going to be fantastic.
Well, it's only for this section here.
No,
Wow.
we're doing this the whole time.
Okay, blue is family games.
So that means that one of
Okay.
those halls, well, two of them, the long hallway, right? The sort of, the hallway, yeah. And then one of them is half family and half whatever purple is.
That's what those stripes they
Purple
go
is
over.
expert games. Those are expert
With
family
family?
games. But wait,
Ooh.
yellow is role-playing, miniature, and trading card games. Also, they mean Ameritrash.
Okay.
And then the orange is hobby games. Now, you might wonder, what's the difference between hobby games and expert games? I don't even know.
Yeah, I guess we'll let you know
Wow.
after we check out this hall. I have no idea. Also, almost all of it, literally almost all of it, is family gaming except for the bright
Yeah.
yellow and the orange purple.
Yep.
Everything else has blue in it.
Well, if you click on one of these,
Yeah,
halls-
better
What
way
is
to
the
do this?
green?
well, here's a
Oh, that's even worse.
Woo-hoo!
All right. Okay.
Wow, do you remember the first time you learned that you could do like all sorts of wacky stuff in PowerPoint and you were in
Yes.
middle school, had no self-control?
All right.
That person got hired
This is
here.
hall 3,
They found their dream job.
and I'm showing you hall 3 so you can look at.
What if the carpets look like that?
Pretty awesome.
I will be sensory overloaded in like
That'd be
10.2
awesome.
seconds.
I hate this so much. This formatting.
Wow.
Stop! Dice Tower is up here in the corner here, next to PIF Games, to Godot Games, Iron Game Design. Anyway, see this? There's a restaurant in the back of the hall.
Yeah.
You want to eat? Come to the Dice Tower first. We have all the food tickets. We'll also take the money for your food. No, don't. I don't want to get in trouble.
What?
I'm just selling drink tickets. Where to?
We bring out tickets. You're like, there's a drink ticket. For what?
Somewhere
Drinks.
around.
Yeah, here you go. Bye.
So anyway, we're in the back here. We're near GMT is near us. So is Scriba, board game. They just shoved that all down.
Probably
I
always
can't
just
see
look
it.
for CGE. I'll head
I
towards
feel really.
CGE.
I don't want to keep mocking the people who make these maps, but man, what if I click the Dice Tower? What happens?
How many
It says
people
the
do you think
Dice Tower.
approved this? Like, was there a board of people that all checked off on this design?
Folks, our number is 3W103. 3W103. You want to come find us? Okay. Stop me talking about the map. I want to point out that we're going to be playing games at the booth. And we're going to mention as we go through the list today, if we're playing one of those games at the booth, we're going to mention that we're playing that game at the booth. And you'll have a chance to come by. We're going to have a schedule. We have a link in the description. Did we put that in, Roy? The
Yes.
things that Lindsay
Yeah,
sent?
I believe Amy or Lindsay put it. So in the description
You can
is the booth number as well as a link that you can click on.
Got it. So come by and you can maybe play some of these games with us. We're going to have different publishers come by and showcase their games. We're going to mention these games as we go through here. And we'll be running another bag contest. And this one is for the whole planet. You can enter this contest and win a bag from All Play, one of their great bags full of games. Some of them All Play games and other games there. And all these games will go to 5 lucky winners. You can enter even if you're not there, and we'll have the information about how to do that next week.
By the whole planet, you mean worldwide, like a worldwide open competition.
If you live on Earth,
Yeah.
Yes.
You may enter.
What else could it mean?
People usually don't say this is for the whole planet.
I know.
So I
It's
just
being
wanted to
weird.
clarify.
Okay.
I wanted to clarify. You're being weird. Let your weird flag fly.
This orange purple stuff is.
It's messing with
getting
you.
there, yeah.
Your brain waves are being altered right now.
All right, we're going to be taking a look here at the Spiel preview, which is put together by W. Eric Martin on Board Game Geek. I have run some filters here. You'll show this is 596 filtered titles because I filter them by things to buy. I'm not saying if you're at a convention, there's a whole preview hall at Essen. You can go see that stuff. There's preview games. It's fantastic. But with 596 published games, I don't have time to think about the previews. There's so much stuff going to be there.
Yeah.
I also filter them by games in English because, well, it's hard for me to play games not in English. Another quick thing to note, though, is
I
here.
hope I did that. I don't know if I did that.
You might have done extra research.
Yeah, I don't know.
Have fun
Well-
playing Funkenschlag.
well, I mean, you can also.
We'll let you know if we like that game. Well, we'll see.
It's Spanish. You got to do it anyway.
Here's
so
a little tool I use sometimes called Tabletop Together tool. And so you can pull this up, you can make an account here and log in. And then let's say I get the Carvey here and I'm like, it's interesting. So I can need one, like maybe ignore. So I say I need it. It marks it down as I need it. This Mimic Octopus Cringe Edition, I would just say ignore. I never want to see that again. And then when you go up here, you can look at the different games.
Do you have to do that for everything that came up there? You have to make one of the selections for it?
You don't have to, but if I go here, I can just go to all the games I need. Boom. And
Okay,
it only
so it
shows
has no
those.
filter. It won't be. Okay, got it. Okay, that's
Oh,
good.
no, you can also do the filters on this, too.
Okay.
It actually pulls it from the Board Game Geek list.
Yeah, to be fair,
Yeah.
this is just really kind of a gateway to that functionality already built into BGG.
Right. But what I
The
do
one
is...
thing they do is they make you a map, which BGG doesn't do,
Which is
right? Isn't it these
huge.
guys?
Yes. So when I go
Oh,
here, I can print. I can sort by hall and booth, which is the way I like to do it. So this is the printing thing. So here's some that don't have locations for these games for whatever reason, but then hall 1, and then they're listed. 1A, 1001, 1C.
That's very good.
That's very helpful.
huge.
Then
But I
I
guess
can
my-
just go around with this list.
So, okay, and these are all the ones that you said you're interested in. You've already filtered it by that
Right.
tag.
I
see.
have,
Okay. So
but-
if you didn't tag something, it's not putting on here. That's my
And I'm
question.
not really using the tagging system to the best thing. I just do need or ignore. And need doesn't even mean need for me. It just means it's one I don't have that I'm interested in looking at.
Yeah.
You need it.
And then I go down here to not prioritized, and then that will bring up all the ones I have not done yet. So for example, Mindspace here from Allplay, a new roll and write from them. I'm ignoring that not because I think it's a bad game, but because we already have it here in the studio.
Right.
Mindbug Beyond Eternity. I don't
You
think we
need
got
it.
that one, right? Did we?
Need.
So I'm just going to click need. I don't know why.
Need.
All right, anyway, I'm not going to go through all that, but
Let's keep
that's
going.
This is
Need.
tabletoptogether.com. I've used them for many years, and I highly recommend them.
That's cool. I like
That is
that.
really neat.
All right, so we're going to go through this. We've also made lists of our, and also, by the way, I sorted this by the most thumbs. We're going to give you our top 5 games that we're looking forward to. For me, my top 5 does not include games I've already played, but I will gladly say yippee when we get to those
Yeah, we should
games.
talk about. Yeah, we've played
Yeah.
it. We should be like, yeah, we played that. That's good,
Yeah.
or whatever.
I think there's one exception that it's one that we have in Office, but I personally haven't played it. I didn't
That's
know
fine.
it was here in Office. So other than that, like I don't have anything to do with these games.
You're going to find out that they're all now with something. Like it's here halfway through.
Probably, that
Camille
happens
rips her mic off and runs to
Typically
go
live.
look at the game.
Yeah. Yep. No, I'm just keeping the mic on and. Well, never mind.
You don't see-
You'd have to mute me. Never mind. I'll leave the mic.
All right. First one we got here is Among Cultists. This one is getting a ton of thumbs.
I'm really
That's really
surprised.
surprising.
This
But-
is
Yeah.
Never heard of this.
Uh-uh.
And you said something about this being a big game in Germany.
Well, I was hearing that a lot of people are really interested in it. It's a deduction thing. It's inspired by Among Us.
And is it because
Which
it's
is
like,
very
The
popular.
video game, like the little video game.
Yeah.
Huh.
is it that? And it's kind of on the, there's a
Oh.
lot of the social deduction right now. Blood on the Clock Tower was so hot. Is it kind
Right.
of falling there? Yeah, I don't know. It's really surprising. That's-
Well, this is one of the ones that we're playing at the booth. I will be playing this with you. Come join me. This is. I really got to learn to say that this company is Godot games, I think. Anyway, it sounds interesting. There's a kids version we talked about this morning in the news.
Oh, is there?
Huh.
Yeah, well, you weren't there. Yeah, the kids version, as a side note.
There's a fly in here, by the way.
There's
There's
a
like a big
horse
fly
fly.
in here.
Yeah.
Like a-
Wait, it's in here?
Yes,
You don't-
it
very
is.
much
You
in
don't
here.
hear it.
No, it was in the
The
other
lights?
studio, and I was
It's
getting
in
annoyed
here
by it.
smacking into lights.
Yeah.
We're all very distracted by it.
It
sorry.
is going to smack me in the face in about 10 minutes. I'm sure of it.
Camera gold. Okay. Anyhow, no, then the kids version, you're robots, aliens, or humans. The robots want to kill everyone but robots. The aliens want to kill just the humans. And the humans want to, no, the humans want to kill everyone. The robots, each robot wants to kill everyone but themselves.
Now, in this kids game, are they actually using the vernacular kill, or is this a Tom Vasel interpretation?
Is it disable?
murder.
I was reading Corey's bylines and he just said destroy, so I don't know.
Oh. Family friendly.
Kill.
Kill.
Evacuation. This is from Delicious Games Vladimir Suchi, and this is number 3 on my list.
Did you write it on your hand?
No, I have a little note on it.
Sorry, I saw you go like this.
Someone asked that earlier too, because I was doing that the whole time. Yeah, I have a piece of paper.
Okay, good.
It's like that meme that
I
you
thought
see.
it was a real that was a real middle school moment I just had.
Yeah,
you know what I
right.
mean? Where you were like, "It's my number 3."
Yeah.
Ever seen the
What?
meme?
No.
The meme that's like Mormon cheating, and it's like a kid, halfway through the test, looks at his hand and says, "You can do it."
Got it. I'll leave you a note on your desk that says the same thing. Anyway, this looks really good. It's Vladimir Suchi, one of my favorite designers. The last time he made a space game, it was called Pulsar 2849, which I think is fantastic. This is from his company, Delicious Games, that did, it's best known for Underwater Cities. This is about evacuating people off planet Earth, and it looks fantastic.
Yeah, it has a cool look to it. The Earth and the other planet, it's got this track that connects the two with a little like a slingshot gravitational thing. I'm curious. I've enjoyed, I think, all of his games that have come out from Delicious, but man, he struck out the gate with Underwater Cities, and so it's hard to not just compare everything against that first.
I agree. I think the one last year, the
Woodcraft.
Woodcraft,
Uh-huh.
that one has done well
Yeah.
comparatively. Alrighty, White Castle. This is from DeVere. No surprise that this is high on the list because this medium box game series is really popular.
It's Brick Cathedral sized, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
a little
yeah.
thicker though. It's a chunky boy.
Chunky
Chunky.
boy. Chunky Cathedral, I call it.
This is
Chunk
not
Cathedral.
so. Thank you. We got this in the studio, I believe. We have not even touched it though.
We got it at Gen Con. So this would have been on my list, but we got it at Gen Con already.
No, we didn't. We got this like just
Just before the retreat.
before the retreat.
I thought.
yes.
One of us got this at Gen Con.
You've had this since Gen Con?
No.
Have you played it?
I have mixed it in with my game. Yes, I got a copy at Gen Con.
What?
I went and got a copy. I got a personal copy. I can do that. I can be a big girl.
I didn't know it even existed. They weren't selling it at Gen Con.
That's
Are you
weird.
sure you're thinking of the game or the delicious burger?
We're
Are you
talking about the
thinking-
Lost Ruins of Arnak, right?
No.
Oh, I moved on already. I have zero interest in White Castle. No, I moved on.
I know you got a copy of Lost Ruins of Arnak. Like White
You
Castle.
scrolled up, and so I was like, all right, cool, we're done with that one.
No,
I'm back in. No, I thought...
No. Okay, that's why I was confused because I thought if you had got a copy of Gen Con, you'd be the only person I think on the earth who had one.
No, I don't want to
And
call
also,
it.
yeah, I was like,
I'm good.
Why would you get a personal copy of White Castle? It doesn't seem like you're.
I did not.
You didn't even like Red
I moved
Cathedral,
on.
right? So
No,
All
I
right.
have...
Anyway, I
way.
think this one's gonna be a
Negative
big hit.
interest.
Actually,
It's
people
in my
very
top
interested.
10 anticipated. It's high up there, not in the top 5. I really want to try this one. Some people at the retreat said it's one of those games where at the end you're like, ooh, I wish it was a little longer. And I'm like, ooh, been a while since I had one of those Euro games.
yeah, that's fair. Lost Ruins of Arnak.
That one, hold on.
Does anyone have the Dice Tower copy of this? No, I knew you had this one
Yeah. Cool.
because you actually you told me you were taking it home too.
Yeah, I got mine, and then we got one here in the office.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyhow, you're excited about this one.
I'm super excited about it.
Are you trying to play the campaign of it?
I do, yeah. So I've mixed it in with my base game, then I pulled it back out because I want to go through the campaign. I don't know if it's only solo or 2-player, and so I don't know which one I'll do yet. But yeah, holding out to go through that.
It's weird because in a way, if you're not getting this for 1 or 2 player, it's almost an expansion to the first expansion.
Yeah. So right, and so what it is if you aren't getting it for the solar campaign, it's just more goodies. You know, you get the 2 characters out of it to see if you like that asymmetry in it, and then you get a bunch of new cards that can just be put in the deck. They worked really hard to make sure that it was compatible. Even if you don't have the first expansion and still want to do the campaign, they have a mode in there to custom build a like a starting deck, so you can still go through the campaign. So it's some really cool. It's a lot of versatility based on what you have.
Wow, that's cool.
Okay.
Nucleum. This one.
I had a personal copy since Gen Con.
We had an early copy of this one since, we had it at the retreat. Very popular game. This is a board and dice game that I've not played it, but the people who played it told me it's heavier than the T Games series.
Oh, really?
Whoa. Yeah, that's a little concerning for me.
Well, they were compared to Brass.
Sure, yeah. They're saying it's kind of Brass because of the network connections. It has the actions that you play out until you choose to recall them.
I like that a lot. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, exactly. But those actions that you play out also can become railroads that you put on the board, and you permanently don't have that action anymore. So you have to buy new ones. Like, it sounds so smart. It sounds really great. I'm looking forward to this one a lot. It's probably also in my top 10. But didn't quite make the top
50
5.
games in his
In his
top
top 10,
10.
there's 42 top 10 games.
What about this one, Chris? Kutna, Hora, the City of Silver.
I don't know why I'm not more interested in this one.
Could it possibly be that garbage cover?
And this is CGE.
Most likely.
I think what's throwing me off is that CGE tends to make things that are wackier, like Starship Captains and Galaxy Trucker and like that type of stuff. This
agree.
looks like it should come from Board and Dice, not CGE.
Even the game itself. Oh, wait, what is this? How did it turn into space? That must have been an early prototype, which would actually be funny if it was a space game originally.
The board is black enough.
Yeah, I don't know what. I guess if blackboard matters, if you're putting these things out, this has a look of an old Euro for some reason. Maybe it's the cubes in the settlers' houses.
Maybe
I'm not feeling it, at all.
between the cover and
I'm willing to be sold.
I'm interested. I'm hopeful, but I haven't been pulled in yet by anything about it.
All right.
All right, some expansions for Among Cultists, and now we're at From the Moon from
Le Wattajou.
Johannes Guppy here. Anyone interested in this one?
This is probably my top 10, but it didn't make my top 5 here.
I'm the same. Yep.
I'm so into these, like French designs. Have always pretty much been at the forefront of the kind of games I tend to enjoy. And La Wattajou as a publisher is certainly very interesting. Johannes Guppy has been putting out some interesting stuff lately. This one looks pretty big. It looks like there's a lot going on in it,
A lot of Goopy's other games have been like fun little card games and stuff, and this one is like pretty sprawling looking.
Right. So I'm definitely interested in checking it out. 90 minutes, 14 plus, right? But it didn't quite make my top 5. Those tend to be pretty light this year, actually.
Three Ring Circus. We've actually reviewed this here on the Dice Tower, so you can see different opinions on that. Everyone, the lowest opinion, which I think was mine, was like, it's okay. Mm-hmm. That's the lowest opinion. Again, Devere has been making some pretty solid games.
Yeah.
This was another one that was highly played at the retreat.
I saw it out constantly.
Absolutely, yeah. People playing it, and then I would see them a few hours later teaching it to a different group, Even if they weren't playing, they were teaching a lot.
World Wonders. This is going to be big, I think. Once more people start playing it. I was realizing how few copies of this are still out there. Yeah. There was that initial 500 run at Gen Con. Those may be the only copies that have been sold.
Like outside of Brazil, right?
Fantastic.
Yeah. And this is going to be the Arcane Wonders version, right?
Yes.
Okay.
By Z Mendez. He's your brother, but he's a little shorter.
I don't think you understand how names work.
I'm going to say Z. I call him just by the initial.
last name was what? Never mind. Yeah, it's my brother.
Yeah.
yeah, we're related.
Your Brazilian brother.
Yeah. 7 Wonders, baby.
He got married and changed his name.
I don't think you understand how. You know what?
Okay, all right.
There's a sibling of mine, Danny Garcia.
Oh, these are back-to-back Danny Garcia games, actually.
That's right.
Oh,
They
That's
are.
right. Look
Funny.
at that.
Yeah, so Barcelona from Board and Dice. This is one that we have in. The review is going up on Sunday. Otherwise, this would have been on my list for anticipated. I'm not saying whether I liked it.
No, you can
Or
say
not.
no. There's no lie to that. Chris liked it. I did not like it as much. But I'm wrong. This is one of those ones where I'm just prepared to take my beating early. It's definitely more colorful than all the other games in this line put together.
Yes.
This is a T game.
Yeah, it's Barcelona.
Oh, okay,
It kind
this
of
is the
is.
same.
Yeah.
Okay.
At first, I was like, wow, why did you just name it Toledo? Like, just pick a different city. But no, there's actually a lot of heart. Danny Garcia he's from Barcelona. So he really put that effort into making it relevant, that it's not just another European city. And because I like that one so much, the next one down there, Arborea, is my number 4.
Oh, interesting, because it's the same designer. You're like, if I liked it this much, then I'm looking forward to the other one.
This
Yeah.
is actually my number 5.
Really?
Oh,
And
really?
that's because
Oh, my goodness.
I remember this being on Kickstarter, and that's like what, turned me on. I was like, I can't process that much
Yes.
in my face.
I think that looks amazing. I really like that. I'm not being
I think I'm
silly or
having Skittles for
facetious.
dinner.
I just like it. It has a lot of similarities to Patoku in its theming, I think, with the stuff.
It does. A fantastical, in that mythical kind of forest spirit realm.
It's also kind of a weird cover.
I like the cover all right. The inside, my goodness.
There's a disconnect between them too. I don't expect the board. I think that was.
Nobody expects a
sharp
colorful
right turn.
board.
That's a lot. That's
Yeah.
a lot, Vasel.
I remember really being interested in this Kickstarter, but I
The more I look at this, the more I want to play it. I love colors. Last year, my colorful board was Federation, and that worked out well for me.
There you
That
go.
did, yeah.
That's true. Yeah. No, same designer. If your first design is Barcelona, I like it that much. I'm interested in whatever your next one is.
Yeah, no,
That's
that's
cool.
fair.
All right, next is Shipyard. Another one on my top
Shipyard
5.
second edition.
This is my
Tom,
number 4.
from a good old Vladimir Hooky.
That's 2 Suchi games in my top 5, but I like his stuff. And Shipyard, I already know I like the game. I'm curious how much they've changed the design of it. But in Shipyard, you're building a long ship, but you're doing so with this big rondel here, and then there's smaller rondels that this works off of.
Oh.
And then you're building a really long ship in front of you. You can see that on these player boards here. And then you get points for, depending on what's on the ship and adding things. It looks not that complicated, I guess, but there's a lot of stuff going
Oh, you
on.
played the original
Yeah.
one, right?
Yeah, no, I liked
Is
it.
it looking really similar?
I don't know. I'm not seeing as many rondels. No, it looks a lot different. The original looked like a typical Euro with browns and beiges.
Yeah, there's no brown there.
Okay. Evil Corp.
Z, is this on your list?
It should be. If I was evil,
Feel
no,
like it
no,
is.
it's not. But it looks pretty cute. La Botejou again. Mm-hmm. It's one I'm definitely. Their booth is one I'm going to be checking out for sure. But that's par for the course with a lot of those French publishers.
Well, and this one has that cool theme. It reminds me a lot of Demon Worker.
Yeah.
In terms of like the idea of what you're trying to do.
Right.
You put out stuff to increase human suffering. It's a Euro game. You want to make people miserable.
Yeah.
It's fun. I like that it leans into that theme.
Tom's not as amused by it.
No, I just had an idea. All right.
Yeah. You want to write it down?
No, I'll remember it.
Got a hand right here for you.
Karak 2. This is a sequel to Karak, which
Yes.
was a very, very simple dungeon crawl for kids. You turn tiles over and follow paths and roll the die and see if you kill a monster. It was fine. I gave it a 6.
I'm surprised that it's this high. I thought you gave it at least a 7. Because I checked. I thought I got a seal of approval.
Well, you
in
know
your
what?
review.
Let's see, because I might be wrong on my. No, I gave it a 6.
You have a 6. Okay. Oh, kid approved.
It was a
That's
kid
what it was.
approved, yeah. Because
Yeah.
for them it
Okay,
was
got it,
fine. You
yeah.
built this. That was the first one. Looks like this. You go out there, you find stuff. Yeah, the kids enjoyed it, but I personally was not as excited about it.
Karak 2 looks like they. Well, I mean, they definitely upped the art.
Oh my
in the
word! That's all.
presentation.
That's a different game.
Yeah. No, I'm hopeful about this one. It has a lot of thumbs, which I found interesting for like
Yeah,
a
that is
kids
interesting.
game. But Albi's one of those companies that I almost like everything that they do, but I'm like,
They haven't
but they really,
nailed it.
yeah, they haven't quite nailed it yet.
It's kind of almost giving me Chronicles of Evel from Rebel vibes, and
Yeah.
so no, this is one that I'm hopeful for. It didn't quite make my list, but it's one that I was like, okay, family weight, young teen, kind of dungeon crawl. I was intrigued.
All right, Satori. No one knows anything about this one?
It's got a striking cover. It almost looks like that sequel to Merv. That cover, that look of it.
Oh yeah.
That looks very Euro-y, the Euro game. I do like the mountain there at the top of
That's
the board.
cool.
That's
very
cool.
cute,
Yeah,
yeah.
There's a lot going on there, but not in a bad way.
It almost feels like 10, 15 years ago, like that looks like a standard Euro game. Usually meant like ugly brown board, standard background, just bad graphics. And it's funny because that to me feels like the modern equivalent of like it looks like a good Euro game. Like the art production has definitely stepped up a lot, but nothing about it yet like hooked me to say like learn more.
Right.
All right, this is an expansion for Pitoku, which we just got like yesterday.
The expansion, yeah.
And if it didn't say on the very small print on the back, expansion, we wouldn't have known. I thought, oh, is this a card game version of Pitoku? It doesn't say expansion anywhere on the cover, which I thought was odd.
Yeah. It definitely looks like a standalone game until you flip it over, and in a corner in the back it says needs Bitoku. It's like, oh my gosh.
Wow.
Like, you gotta put that on the cover somewhere.
Yeah, because you don't know you're getting a standalone, you're getting the roll and write version or the card
Yeah.
version or anything like
Yeah.
that. An
15 years
expansion
ago,
for-
if they had the same name, I'd be like, expansion. Now
yeah,
that doesn't
no.
mean anything. This could be the sequel or from a different company.
Sure.
Rename one of Feld
Expansion.
Games Pitoku, for all I know.
Right. Maybe this is the new reissuing of, I don't know, Trajan.
All right, Sky Team. This one is going to get a ton of people
Yeah, we've all
buying this.
played it,
Yeah.
I think, and it's been reviewed.
Yeah, it's
you
one
haven't
I-
played it?
I haven't played the final copy of it, no.
It's one I plan to
should.
pick up there, but I've played it obviously. It was part of the review, but I plan to get a copy there. I really like it a lot.
It's super good. Yeah.
Voidfall. This is sitting at the my old address.
Oh.
Oh, is it?
oof.
It's also probably like a zoning hazard then. Like a zone violation. Parking
This is the new Mind Clash game. I know a lot of people, this is on the Board Game Geek hotness for a long time. So
It's big, right?
it is big. It's one of those games I'm like, ooh, I would like to play it. Maybe. The more I look at it, I'm like,
Oh.
well,
Oh.
You know what that reminds me of actually is the expeditions. The hexes with little things to do on it.
it actually looks a lot like Anachrony with those triangles. Those are from Anachrony.
Is this Turksy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the one, if I'm not mistaken, isn't there... No, I was thinking of Defense of Procyon.
Holy moly, that is a lot of stuff on the table. And I think it's like a heavy Euro, too. It's not necessarily a space game. We'll find out. I'll play it with Roy. Right, Roy?
You just said, it's a heavy Euro, not a space game. Get over here, Roy.
Or like, wow.
get crushed.
All right, Hegemony. This game is a growing populous game. This is growing a fan base similar to, we were just earlier talking about Food Chain Magnet. I feel like this game's going to have that same kind of fan
Yeah.
base.
Yeah.
The people who love this game love it. There were people who were scheduling it at the retreat. They already knew how to play it. They
Yes.
like it a lot. It's a very asymmetrical game about the government. I like it, but it
You
is...
liked it? You played it? You liked it?
I did. This 90 to 180 minutes is a straight out lie to the face. I don't know who's playing it in 90 minutes, but it's closer to like 2.5 to 4 hours probably.
Wow, that's a range.
Well, I mean, the number of players.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess.
You
so,
might
yeah,
say
yeah.
a two-player game is 90 minutes. I don't know, man. I played a two-player game in 3 hours.
Oof.
Wow.
I was learning, so maybe I could shave it off. Half half seems generous. All right. Nekojima.
This is my number 3.
Really?
I'm so excited about this one. Yeah, this is.
I know why.
Because the toy factor?
Yes.
Yes, it looks so good.
Look at it.
I remember this from the Kickstarter, from the crowd surfing, where, it's the cats on the telephone wires, and you have to go in dexterity and go around them. I'm such a sucker for those things. The toy factor, the dexterity. I think it looks super cute with the cats, hanging off and stuff. Yeah, I'm really excited about this one.
This is high for me. I like this a lot.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell just from the quick read of it how much of it was like dexterity or how much of it was like abstract, but not knock over the cats. Is it more like you're trying to?
Well, I'm not sorry, I'm not understanding the question. Like, how much of it is dexterity?
Yeah.
You're trying to place it or remove it? What do you?
Moving on. I guess I don't know enough.
Okay,
about
I don't know. Yeah,
Neither one
I
of you
don't-
knows what the other one is saying. This is a
I know,
great
right?
conversation.
What are
Yeah,
you
this
saying?
is so good.
It's going great.
High quality TV right here.
Kojima Hane. Yeah, from
It
Unfriendly
looks cute.
Games.
It just looks like a jumbled mass of wires, and you're trying to, I guess, move things around without tumbling the whole shebang.
I
Right.
think that's what it is.
Yeah, and I don't
cute.
know the actual rules and that
There's an
kind of
action
stuff.
shot. That guy's using the Force.
That dude does it sans hands. Look at that. It looks pretty cute.
It does.
This feels like these are pictures from Essen last year, but I don't
Last year,
think they
maybe.
are.
I don't remember seeing this there last year, though. But anyway.
Brussels, 1893. No, Chris?
No, I mean, I played the original. I enjoy it. I didn't love it, but that was also years ago. It's one that I could play again. And I mean, now that there's a new edition coming out, that's kind of how I feel about Shipyard too. I haven't played the Shipyard original, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll try the new one. This
Sure.
one, it felt like it could use a few tightenings up, and maybe that's what this one will do.
Expansion for Underwater Cities. That's a mini one. A bigger expansion for Revive. I've opened this one up. It adds some new factions. It adds some new cards, some minor rules. It does seem like an easy one to get in. So far I've had a chance to play it twice, and both times with people who have never played Revive before. So
You
each
don't
time
wanna-
I was
you don't
like,
wanna jump
you should play Revive first.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's too much going on.
Medieval. Again, with a cover that does not seem to match the game. Dynamic dice-driven game. I would never get that from that cover. Or from that board.
Oh.
That looks like a prototype, is it not?
No, that looks
Oh.
final.
That guy is serious.
Mm-hmm.
That cover is a lion with an eye patch. Is
patch,
that what I'm looking
yeah.
at?
That's the coolest line I've ever seen.
The cover looks better in that picture than it did in I don't know, maybe it looks
I
good in
like
person.
that company though, Tom. Albi. They made that one that you like, the tile laying one.
Yeah, it was just it.
Oh, and you liked that one with the two dudes. That was Albi also, right? Wasn't it
Yeah.
the two crowns or whatever?
Yes.
That was them.
I like their.
Yeah.
They got spunk. I don't know how to describe the company.
Yeah.
They're there.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
Fox Experiment. We've all played this one.
I did include it in my list, though. This is my number 1 because we played it. We played the prototype back so I haven't played the final version. Don't know what's changed and that kind of stuff. But I'm super excited about this. I included it. I did not play. I've not played the final game. It counts.
I think you played everything but the final components. The
I don't know.
rules-
I haven't followed the Kickstarter and that kind of stuff. I don't know what all they did to it. So
What's up? It's now it's a memory game.
I'm kidding. It was on my list. So I found a different game, and then I crossed it off.
okay.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh, good. I don't have to put it on my list. But I'm very pumped.
Yeah,
this was in my top
I'm
10.
super excited.
Anticipated for the year. I really enjoyed my playthrough of this one a lot.
This was very good.
I
Very,
really
very
like
agree.
the comboing and it's such a good mix of tactical, what do you do with the dice that you rolled, but then how do you put it in to build a better next round, So you're thinking strategically, but working very tactically, and I love that combination of it.
Yeah, if they changed nothing from the version we played, cool. If there are
Right.
some tightened up things,
Right, exactly.
Cool.
And it's
Yeah.
because I haven't followed it, I feel like I'm just that much more excited, because I'm going off that previous experience. So, yeah,
yep.
stoked.
Celtae, this is from Pythagoras, and oh my word, folks, Pythagoras,
Yeah, they leveled up all of a sudden.
they
didn't
leveled up. That's a good way to do it. Their games went from looking pretty.
They were all right looking games, but sort of hey, we're a player in the field also. So suddenly, yeah, we took a couple months off and restructured.
Whoever
And we're
they
back.
hired as their new graphic designer, lead graphic guy, amazing.
I agree.
The art
Yeah,
director
they're
or
sort
whoever.
of back with a vengeance here.
This is a rondel game where you're moving around a rondel and you are doing stuff with Celts in different areas, and there's different ways to score points. It felt, honestly, a little shorter than I would like it to be, and there's some luck issues that I haven't decided where I fall on this one, but it's interesting. I'll give it that. It's an interesting game.
I want
Okay.
to. I want to try this one still.
This does not feel like a new game, Jerusalem, because it was released at Gen Con, wasn't it?
I spoke with W. Martin, who puts this together at Gen Con, and he talks about how difficult it is to make these previews, right? This game was released at Gen Con. This is the first time it'll probably be released European-wise or something like that. At what point he has to make those cutoffs. So if there's sometimes he's going to be a little more lenient, he might have to lean that way. You know, it's an awkward decision to have to make.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
It makes sense because it would be a bummer. You're like, I didn't know this game was out. Well, did you know it was on a different continent?
Right.
You should know that. You can't.
No, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Is this on your list, Z? Witchcraft?
Yes, it is. This is my number 1.
Oh, I knew you were pumped about
Really?
this.
This is my short list. This is top 10.
Yeah, so Witchcraft
Number
here
5.
Is it?
number 5 for you, and so this is from the same. This is really based on that same game that you and Mike really, really like with the
Resist.
spies.
Yeah.
Resist.
Yep.
It's same designer, same company, same idea in many ways, with a different theme, different, obviously new artwork to tie to that theme, and then a few new concepts. This is one that I remember when we covered, I was really psyched. I think it was my pick of the week, and I almost backed it. I didn't quite, but I was like very excited about it, and it just seems like a good solo game. It's really fun. I love the characters in here. I like what's going on in it. It's got that fun, spooky kind of vibe to it, And if the theme and maybe some tightening up from the previous game I think those two things might be what puts me over on what I thought of the first one, which I thought was like, okay, it felt a little too punishing. It felt a little loose. I had a hard time getting into Resist. I haven't played The Hunt, to be fair, but
Totally different game. That one's a 2-player war game.
oh, okay. But this one might be the one to get me into those mechanisms that they had there, which were clever. So yeah, super excited for Witchcraft.
I'm like a little concerned that you take a game that I already love and you're like, oh, here's some more layers on it. That could go either way, but it seems really cool. You're witches and you're protecting this town, and you might succeed at protecting the town from like these evil forces coming in. But you might not have convinced the town that you're not evil yourself, and you get killed at the end of the game. So I like that.
Right.
There's a few more things to balance all at once. I think that sounds cool.
Since you like the first one so much, I can see your trepidation there. For me, I'm thinking, well, the first one didn't quite do it. Maybe this will be the one.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at.
Forgot to mention, back with the Fox and what was it called?
Fox Experiment.
Fox Experiment. That's one of the games we're playing at our booth. So you'll have a chance to come by and play that with
And
someone.
I'm going to play this at the booth.
Oh, I didn't
And y'all
see
can
that
just
one.
watch.
Wait, with Fox Experiment,
I'm
one of the
kidding.
ones we're playing at the booth? No, it's one of the games we're putting in our bag that we're
I was
giving
like,
away.
who got
Yes.
that one?
That's what it is. Okay, it's one of the games in the bag we're giving away. Got it.
And that's a joke. I'm not going to play a solo game at the booth. Can
I
I
will
jump
be
in,
there.
Chris? No.
Now,
I'll be there
Bamboo,
watching, being like, ooh.
Bamboo, I'm going to call not new anymore.
Well, it says May 20,
Yeah,
2023.
this was at Dice Tower West.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
So,
not
anyway,
a
but
release,
Devere, on fire.
Yeah.
All right.
Like it's maybe Consonant one? I don't know. Yeah, but Bamboo's great.
Penguin Airlines. What is this one?
I really want to be excited about this one, but I'm not.
I thought the same thing. I made it to like right there, and I was like, oh, back. Like, I was so excited. I was like, oh, and quickly just backed out. I'm like, oh.
What are you doing in this game?
I couldn't figure that out.
I remember reading.
There's a timer you're in.
Yeah, I think it's a real time something. I remember reading through it and being
Super
like,
cute.
oh, that's not what I wanted because it's so cute.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, no. That looks like a whole mess.
Yeah.
I'll try it.
I mean,
Also, 2 to 8 players, it says, right? So,
to be clear, I'm playing it because of penguins, but am I excited about it
no.
only because of
Right.
penguins?
Smile, no.
Amritsar, the Golden Temple. Did we just get this one?
It might be sitting in the back, I think, yeah.
Is that here? Oh, okay.
It might not. It might be a different game I'm thinking of. I know that we got. That looks interesting.
Oh, I like the middle
See,
of
now
that
this one looks like Merv.
It really, really does, yeah.
That's true.
This is not the Merv sequel, though. That one actually, the cover of that really looks like Merv, right? I mean,
Yes.
it's very close.
Has elephants that carry things. I haven't seen that since.
Bombay.
Yeah, the game I don't like, but you like, what you're wrong
Bombay,
about.
the best elephant carrying game ever made.
Until
now.
Up until.
There's a lot. It's a good year for Euro games, and that's probably every year. But there's a lot of new Euro games coming out at Essen this year.
Which is really funny because if we looked at the hall, it's like all family. Like all the
Yeah.
halls family. So it's interesting just seeing that.
Yeah.
Family
But-
games is kind of a tricky and
Yeah.
It's
maybe a bit of a
nebulous
misnomer.
term. Yeah.
Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Then-
Tequila.
In
I'm not singing the
honor,
whole
of-
song. We did this morning.
Da-na-na-na.
We don't get to do it
All
twice.
in honor of Paul Rubens, get on the table and do the dance.
Na 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 na. All right, you're right. That was the.
Oh man, yeah, this looks cool. I like this theme a lot. I enjoy they've done that. What do we play? The beer one.
Distilled.
Distilled, and then of course the wine games. There's been quite a few wine games, but there's the Jamie Stegmaier one, Viticulture. This is a cool sort of interesting theme where you're making tequila now instead, which is very specific, and I think that's neat. Seems like a cool theme. I like the look of it.
It's a theme that always it always interests me because I hope that the people making the game didn't just go like, well, how about another one of them alcohol production games? Like, no,
Right,
they're
yeah.
usually more thoughtful.
Yeah.
Well, and anything that is a process, like making tequila, making cars, making whatever, it always lends itself well to a good, interesting game.
I agree.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because you have
so.
to go through a process to get a final product. Depending on how in-depth or how superficial they want to go, you can get a great game out of either one.
Right.
So this, you give me this theme, and that's going to give me some great artwork and hopefully some interesting process to some final victory points.
All right, after us. Now this says the English UK Eiffel Tower, which cracks me up. The UK Eiffel Tower, but what was on the other box? I know there was two boxes.
Big
The
Benjamin.
Eiffel Tower is let me see. The Eiffel Tower is the one that is the normal cover, and they had Big Ben on the UK one.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. Okay.
When they came out of the UKGE with it, which
Got
is,
it.
I think, where it debuted,
Ah,
it had Big Ben on the cover instead of the Eiffel Tower in the background.
I thought I saw someone in chat said it's not on there anymore, but they said, I heard After Us solo is not that good. Just as a heads up, if you play After Us, you're always playing solo. There's very little player
Almost.
interaction.
Almost, yeah.
All right, Forest Shuffle, which definitely looks like the fox in the forest.
I'm always looking out for. I'm always excited about a good lookout game. Not my highest anticipated. I've heard good stuff about this one. I actually know very little about it. As soon as I see lookout, I'm like, cool, I'll play it.
Yeah.
1902 Melees, Man on the Moon. This company, Looping Games, makes a lot of games that have a date in the beginning of them. And they're in these really small boxes that once you open them, you'll never be able to get everything back in. That's
Oh,
not
I
quite
hate
true,
that.
but there's a big game. This one says 45 to 60 minutes, but we're talking about a box
Yeah, it's
like
like,
this.
the game in
yeah.
there
Oh, wow.
is very different from the size box you get. I haven't played any of these.
I haven't either. I like these designers. I think this one's Eloy Pujadas and Ferran Renales. So they're two designers that I've been keeping an eye on, and so the fact that they're making this one makes me more interested than the 1960 Cable Car or San Francisco or the other ones. Like, and movie making.
Yeah.
Talking about a process, right, that lends itself to a game.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a great theme.
Yeah, that seems very cool.
Imperial Miners, Z.
Yeah, Imperial Miners, we've played. All of us have played.
I have not played it yet.
Well, the three of
Oh,
us
you
have
haven't.
played, and
All who matter is what he
anyone
meant.
who matters here has played. I really like it. Yeah, this would have made my list, absolutely, if I hadn't played it already and really enjoyed it. But we reviewed it. I recommend it. I really like it.
Do you remember what you gave it?
I don't know, 8 or something.
I think it was like 7 to 8 was like all of our scores.
Yeah, it was right there together. I don't remember what it was exactly, but same thing. I mean, I really enjoyed it. It would have been on my list had we not already played and reviewed it.
Yeah, it's combo-rific. If you like that, you'll like it.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I will like it then.
It is.
I think you'll like it.
I just got the shipping notice for this one.
Oh, good.
That means it will come after we've left.
Of course, right? Yeah.
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 Then I'll play the Cascadia
Chris is going to
expansion
send
on
us so many pictures.
Yeah, right.
Look!
This is my number 5. This expansion here, the Cascadia Landmarks. I really, really enjoy Cascadia. It's probably my most played solo game. It's not a solo game. There is a solo mode to it, though. And just kind of building upon that a little bit and giving a little more variety to it. I'm super excited about this.
That's interesting. All the little things they're putting out there now, mountains and waves and what have you. Yeah, that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
This Cascadia is one of my family's back in Vegas most played games. Like,
Okay.
Between Last Dice Tower West and then this one, I flew back. And my family's like, we discovered this game called Cascadia, and we're playing it like 8 times while you're here. And I was like, excellent. That's always nice. So, and that's the one that they latched onto. So I'll probably send my family a copy.
And that could have
Yeah.
done so much worse. Look at this new card game. You're like,
Yeah.
no.
Phase 11.
Basil, please don't give him that idea. Evenfall or Evenfall. So this is the battle for Evenfall. I think this looks a little interesting to me, actually.
I was intrigued by this one. I just didn't put it on my list because I couldn't quite get enough out of it to really understand what was going on. And so I was like, all right, it's definitely interest is peaked. But without more pictures, I mean, it was just seemed like kind of the description is just kind of more thematic, and I wanted to know more about the game to really like seek it out. So definitely one I'll check out while there and is on my short list, but didn't quite make it.
My favorite. That's a great point. In that, my favorite board game geek descriptions are like small paragraph about the theme, and then please describe it mechanically as well.
Right.
I want to know both parts.
Yes. Yep.
I like the look of it a lot. The back of the box shows that spread of boards and cards, and that doesn't look as appealing to me. It looks a little messy. It looks a little sprawling, but without sort of cohesion. But I really like the look of it.
Interesting.
All right, Rats of Wistar. I played this one. This is from Luciani and Danilo Sabia. This is definitely one of their games to get points for doing various things. You have these rats going in a house, but what's interesting about this game is you have these, I forget what they're called. I'm just going to call them workers. You put them out on the board and these different spots, and you get an action. There's a major action that you get, and then there's a minor, and the minor actions will change as this thing rotates around the middle. But your major action is relegated to the number of workers that you put in that area. There's 3 areas to put these other workers. The main ones are called something. I'm saying the same. There's 2 different kinds. There's workers, and then there's the
Peasants.
things you put out on the board.
Workers. Got it.
But you have 2 of these workers, so if I go to, for example, the woods to collect wood, and I put both my workers there, I get 2 wood. But now these 2 workers in the woods, so I have to spend movement points to move them to other spots if I want to. And I also only have 2 of these guys. However, as the game goes by, you're building houses and getting more of these guys. So I might say, I'm going to just keep 2 in each spot, and I don't have to worry about moving them around, or I have 6 in one spot, then I move them up to this spot, and the actions get better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is my number 4. I guess you played it. I didn't know we had it in the office until yesterday when I walked back there, or else I would have checked it out. It looks really cool. I think it's a really interesting theme too, but a little bit more going on, and puzzly nature of the worker placement and stuff. So I was really intrigued by this one. It's my number 4.
This is one we are playing at our booth, if I'm not mistaken, right?
The Rats of Wistar
Yes.
is one we are playing at our
Yes.
booth.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll be
Yeah.
playing that one, I think.
There you go.
Let me know if you want to tag out.
Now there is
Okay.
there's one small thing about this game is there's this big deck of cards that you can buy these cards and they do all kinds of things. You only see like probably 30 of them over the course of a game. There's I think 10 of this big deck of cards. Hurt other players. I think you could just take them out. I think the publisher said that you could. If
That
you don't
seems
want
to
to
be
do
a
that.
trend lately, huh?
It's weird in a big Euro game like
That
this.
seems to be a weird
is.
trend lately, where it's like Euro games, efficiency Euro games, with a few cards that are mean, and you can usually they even tell you like you can take them out. Sorry, in an
Yeah.
almost apologetic way. Like
Yeah.
we needed a few more, and we just had to go mean because we couldn't come up with anything else.
Yeah, I know we talked about that in like Ancient Knowledge. There's been a couple of those that
Yeah.
we talked about it, and
Yeah.
it is interesting. It's like, are they trying to push more for that player interaction? But if you're playing those kind of games, that's not the type of player interaction you're probably going for. Or, I'll speak for myself. I'm not going for.
Right.
So, anyway. we'll see.
All right, this is another game that
This is back there too, I believe.
Yes. Yeah, we got this one in. Beautiful production, reprint / second edition, ironically called The First Empire. Zhang
Yeah.
Guo.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like it would be a prequel. I don't know. Yeah.
The
my
Second
concern is you said
Empire.
it's beautiful. It just feels really uninspired to me. It looks like someone asked ChatGPT to show me a generic game that combines all Euro games that are currently out there. I don't know how, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I love this game.
Sure.
I just look at that and I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Well, I think this was, and maybe this is where I'm coming from. I believe Zhang Guo was first a "What's Your Game" game, and so I think that this is an improved look for it.
Every game in existence is better than the What's Your Game covers, except for Spotter.
Ah, okay, you got me.
And yes, I know the food chain magnet's being reprinted. All right, Tholos. Compete
This is-
to build the columns of Tholos at Delphi.
You reviewed this one, I think. This is like a new edition.
Oh, it's the new. You're right. I didn't recognize it with that cover. I played this one.
What's the other one?
It's a weird little game where you're placing these pillars on top of each other, and you place your opponent's pillars sometimes just so that they get fewer points. Yeah, I gave it a 6.
Yeah, that cover looks nothing like what that game looks like.
Oh,
Yeah,
No.
the original cover.
Yeah, yeah. I remember that one.
Yeah.
I'll wait for the sequel, Cholos.
Daruma. Anyone have anything about this one? Catch dolls and paint his eyes.
It just made my list, I'll tell you that.
Wow, I
what?
didn't.
I didn't even
You're
see
putting
this.
dice down on his eyes. That's cute.
Oh, jeez.
Weird.
What?
Creepy. Weird. But also
This is-
weird.
What?
I
No.
do
don't
like
get
this.
it.
I like this a lot.
No, Tom. Why? No. Oh, that's terrifying.
I'm getting it.
I feel like I
Alright.
missed that completely.
Oh,
I'm kind of
wow.
interested.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. That's
This
weird.
Expeditions, what is that?
That is very popular. That came out this summer and is doing well. I don't think it's going to be when it settles. Like, where is it in BGG ratings right now? It is 1,095. I don't think it's going to hit the high level of Scythe.
No.
Sure.
I like it
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot, and I know a lot of people are like it a lot too. But I think it's not Scythe.
It's
again.
not a Scythe killer.
Next
What-
station. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no. Next Station Tokyo, though, is a Scythe killer.
I heard it does everything Scythe does, but better. Yeah.
Next Station Tokyo is a follow-up to Next Station London. It is very similar. I mean, they're the same game essentially, but this one has a loop in the middle, which I like a lot. Although it's funny that they added this to Tokyo when London is known
It's the loop.
for having that loop that goes around.
In the
And-
middle,
well,
yeah.
most cities do have a loop that goes around.
Is this a rolling ride, a flipping ride?
It's
What
a-
is
the
it?
flipping right.
Flipping right.
Okay.
Flipping right.
You flipping, don't you?
You're flipping right. No, it's great. It's great. I really love the original one. I love this one. There's a little bonus module, like the little extra module you can play with, and it works in either edition, which I found interesting. And I'm sure that there's going to be more. Because
Do you like this? Which one would you like better?
because I teach games so often, like teaching the original is easier. It's a little less tricky. So I'm not sure where I sit on the two. I will teach that first one more often.
I'm not convinced you need to own both. I like it, but they play so. It's like owning Ganshan Clever and Twice as Clever. If you do own both of those and you think, hey, they're different enough for me, then you'd feel the same way here.
There you go. That's a good
So some
comparison.
people, if you love like all these roll and rights, to me, I like this system a lot. I just don't know that I need two games that are pretty similar.
Right.
Right.
Paper Town.
This cover's really enticing. I wish I knew more about it.
I need to see this cover in close up. Ooh.
I feel like that looks really good. Like it looks really good, and it looks so like I want to figure out what's going on. Probably a city building game. It's a city building game. The only information on it, I think, was like a video that was in Portuguese. So
I think I wrote this one off because the company, when I was looking at the document, I guess slightly differently sorted. They had a bunch of really dumb games.
Inish? Cartographers? Kemet?
Like that they're coming out with.
yeah, that's clearly very localized for
Yeah,
their
they're
company.
localized
yeah.
and stuff, but their own
Those
games were
games.
like, what? Like, you know what? The other stuff they were
Got it.
putting out, I was like, Oh, those seem goofy. They seem like a goofy company, which is fine. I kind of wrote off that Paper Town game.
There's The Hunt. We just talked about that. A
Yeah.
2-player asymmetrical card duel. Dungeons and
Matthias Kramer, I gotta
Drinks.
try that.
Dungeons and Drinks is one of those games that as soon as I read the title, I go, next.
Well,
Really?
so that's one of theirs. Budo. That's one of theirs.
Oh, so
that's the
almost,
same
yeah.
Paper Town
Right,
company.
that's what I'm saying. So it's like,
Legion, a Siberian Story. This is from Albi.
There are some really good-looking, like, skirmish games. I noticed, and I don't really tend to like skirmish games. I think there was another one on here. I forget if it was this one or a different one that was like straight-up miniatures measurement kind of game.
Yeah.
I thought that's too bad because I think that the artwork on this is so good.
That guy almost looks like he's doing a dance.
Almost, yeah. He
it's
is,
an interesting perspective for sure. It's like a weird low angle, yeah.
yeah. He is feared for his life.
Why is there no pictures of the game here, though? Come on, publishers, get some pictures. There's a picture. This is all art.
Well, especially since it's coming out so soon.
Yeah,
No,
where's-
it's not.
that means you got one in hand, man.
We should definitely be doing that.
City of the Great Machine.
This one's
This-
come in and we've played. Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
you have played.
We have, yeah.
Okay, I haven't been able to get, because it's that one versus many, you know,
Oh, really?
I feel like it's one that I'm super interested in. I took it home, I organized it and everything and read the rule book, but then it was like, I felt like it would be better at that higher player count that I just haven't been able to get it to. So it would have been on my list, but it's been here for a while and I haven't had a chance to get it to the table, so I felt bad.
I think it's a very interesting game that is very much hampered by the graphics. It's really hard when you look at the rooms in this, and they all do different things. And I don't know. I found a hard time telling what they did.
Because they rotate because of the clockwork nature of the
Okay.
of
But
everything.
it's everything is so busy, and there's actually cool art, but the art's kind of small and all the same colors-ish.
Got it.
It's one of those ones that you don't even notice there's different unless you look at it, but you really need to know which room is which.
Yeah.
It's a really big deal.
Everything's bronze.
That's the one thing I got just from reading the rule book, is it seems like it's going to be good at a higher player count when everybody knows what's going on, you know, and know how to play. So super interested, still want to play it, just haven't had a chance.
Now, Discordia was definitely there last year.
I remember talking about it because I always get it confused with Concordia and
Yeah.
Accordia.
So Discordia wasn't probably on my list last time, but it was, and to be fair, we never did get a copy, but also this is the company, Iron Games. They were one of the companies that were stolen from. They were one of the booths that were stolen from last year.
Oh, jeez.
So, you know, we haven't played it, we haven't seen it. I'm still excited for it. I didn't put it on the list because, again, my top 5 are, as far as I know, brand new, and this was definitely there last year. But I've liked some of their previous games. They have interesting ideas, interesting design philosophies, and this is going to be a Euro game through and through, but with a certain lightness to it. You know, I'm looking forward to giving it a shot this year, hopefully.
All right, Neotopia. This is one of the games that will be in our bag that you can get from Arcane Wonders. A game where you're laying down different discs, trying to build a city. Amun Ray, beautiful 20th anniversary
just played
edition.
that.
We did.
We're going to paint their statues.
Tucana Builders. Anyone put this in the top 5?
It's like my 6.
Really?
I was wondering,
Okay.
yeah, I thought it'd be there for you.
Tucana Builders, because it looks really similar to Tucana.
It does, yeah.
I'm like, is it too similar? Like, is this going to feel like Tucana Jr. somehow? I don't know. I got to try it. I definitely will because I really like these designers in this company.
You know, my case about that other bright game. This game's super bright, too.
No, Tom, no, it's muted. No, I'm going to give this a go. I'm going to give it a try, but it screams Trails of Tucana Jr. to me. I don't know why.
There's a few of those on this list, too,
Yeah.
that we'll come across. Orleans Jr. or whatever. But yeah, I want to play it. I don't know. I like tile laying, and I like Tucana. So,
Yeah.
or Trails of Tucana.
Exactly.
Series. This is from Artipia
I
Games.
feel like I've seen that game like for years now. Am I imagining
That's
that?
what I was wondering
It was
too.
on it was
It
on
was a Kickstarter,
It
that's
was
what
a
we
Okay,
saw.
maybe that's
crowdsourcing.
what it was.
One episode where I filled in. It has a rotating board, so automatically deduce 3 points on it.
I agree. Yeah, that's not a good idea.
No reaction.
I'm confused. Do you not like rotating things?
No, that's a joke.
No,
Roy's
because-
in the room. Roy designed a game
Oh,
that
I
has
didn't know
a
we were talking about
rotating board.
I didn't know it was a joke against Roy. I was confused why you thought rotating
he
was
was-
bad. I like rotating.
No, Michael Hansen in the chat recommended this one. I
then I'm
know
out.
he's mentioned a few different
Yeah.
times, but like it seems robust. It seems big, and so yeah, it'd be cool to see the Kickstarter fulfilled.
Keops. Do you want to see some brown?
Ooh,
I hope that's a prototype. Is that a prototype, you think?
I don't think it looks like one.
I doubt it.
It looks kind of cool, but that is a lot of brown. Look at that pyramid. That pyramid looks neat. There's no way anyone will knock it over either.
It looks functional though.
Gigantic, too. Are you kidding me? It's enormous.
You're right. That is
Giant
really
table.
big.
Wow, yeah, no,
I'm back in.
That's cool.
All right, I already clicked must have.
Must
yeah.
have.
No, unfortunately, I don't know more about it.
Yeah, no, me
that's it.
neither.
Sea dragons. Did you play this one?
I haven't. No.
Now, you played this at the
I
retreat?
did. So what Sea Dragons is you pick like a polyomino card. You have these cards in your hand. You play one, and then you put that shape of a dragon out on the board. So instead of putting
Okay.
a tile, it's just a bunch of dragons that you're putting out there, and you can't touch your own stuff, only other people's stuff. So it's like a mix of a Blocus and polyomino games. I mean, I guess Blocus is a polyomino game, and then you're trying to cover up different tokens. You're trying to kill ships.
Okay.
And then if you kill those ships, you turn them in to get points and things like that.
Okay.
It's pretty simple. Then there's an area control. It looks pretty as all get out once you get all these dragons on the board. I mean, the
yeah,
board.
it's got that Weberson Santiago artwork.
Yeah.
It looks neat too. You put out a
That's so
head,
cool.
That's cute.
and then you put out a bunch of bodies along with it.
Cool. I like
was
it. Those
cute.
are little individual arches
Yeah.
that make
Oh,
up the
It's
dragon.
fun.
I like that a lot. It's good.
Books of Time. I really want to play this one.
I did too. We
now,
saw
we've
it.
played, right?
We
You
haven't
have?
had it come. Like we haven't had the final come in the office yet.
No,
Right?
We didn't get a
Yeah.
copy of this?
When did y'all play it?
We played a preview of it,
For
right?
the
Did you?
spectacular.
It was on a spectacular.
Got
It was
it.
like two
Okay.
spectaculars
Because this
ago.
was set up at East. They had some demo.
Oh, they were
tables of
demoing it like mad
And it
there.
looked. I mean, like 2 or 3 times. It's like, oh, but I just couldn't find the time to jump in a game. You know, at
East
East
is busy for you.
Really, really difficult to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I talked to them for a minute, to get to know the mechanisms and stuff, and it looks really cool.
It was good. I enjoyed this game. It's very Euro-y again, but the book mechanism, flipping the pages, what you're doing in it, I thought was distinct and sort of its own enough to stand out. I enjoyed it.
Agreed. Yeah, absolutely.
Savernaki Fars is a great little filler. Came out in March,
That's been a
though.
while, right?
So
Okay.
keep that in mind.
Yeah. Play it for the first time at the retreat. I liked it.
Skipping those.
Whoops.
Emerge.
We've reviewed.
We reviewed. Yeah, I like that one a lot. Pandasaurus.
Did not.
Apiary. This one is the new B game from Stonemeyer Games, Connie Vogelman.
First time designer.
Have they showed pictures of the game yet? They
Yeah,
have.
they got a few, yeah.
Ooh.
Space bees.
Ooh.
Look at all them bees in space.
Ooh.
What?
Ooh. Oh, wait, no, that's the Automa. Boo. Boo. All right, cool.
It looks busy.
Yeah.
It looks like a big game, I guess I should say. Not busy, but...
Yeah. Okay. I thought you were being cute.
No, I wasn't,
No,
but...
okay.
How Rulers of Yucatan. This is...
Has that come in?
It's been in the office for a little
Yeah,
bit.
okay, that's what I
thought so,
thought.
yeah.
It looks familiar. Okay.
You talk about a game that is hampered by its iconography and graphic design. It is a struggle in this game because you'll take an action and you're like, look at the god on the tile, and that's the action you can take. And I'm looking at the reference card going, it's this one, okay. Oh, it looks okay, right? And it is just too much. And it's also not an intuitive game of how you score points and stuff. Yeah, this one's a miss for me, but it's mostly because of the graphic design.
At least games with a player aid. You said you have the reference card and stuff. That's
I
like a
can't
big
remember if I
hang-up
was
for
sharing
me.
those or not, but yes.
Oh, okay, so I was like, yeah, if you're gonna have the icons, I'm fine with that heavy icon, but give me the player aid.
I'm just
So it
saying
has
that the icon, I have to look and pick it up and go, oh, it's this icon. Because there's so much color and stuff,
Yeah.
they weren't easily identifiable.
Interesting.
You can do icons badly. Yeah.
This is my number 1 Path of Civilization.
What?
Whoa.
Wow.
I am really pumped about this. So this is weird because it's from Captain Games, and they've made 2 games so far. 13 Words and the one that you just played with the... I forgot the name of it.
Size?
Sides.
Oh.
So they made like
What?
2 party
I know.
games.
Wait,
They
Tom,
made
wait,
2
wait.
party games.
And now Path of Civilization?
That's-
That's going to be a weird party game.
So I don't know if you know this, that this company is being run by the guys who used to run Repos.
Okay.
And this is supposed to be a quick civilization game that has a lot of similarities to Seven Wonders.
Wow. Okay.
I am really jazzed about it.
Who's the designer?
The designer is Fabian Greidel, who did Turing Machine.
Okay. Okay.
I'm telling you, this is interesting. I'm really, really pumped about this. This looks really fun. The idea, I think there's drafting in the game, and then just collecting stuff. And
Yeah, I feel like some of the games I picked for my list, I must have not clicked the English only, and they might be in French or other languages, because they should have come up by now, at least one of them. One of them was from this designer, or maybe one of the designers for Turing Machine.
There were 2, yeah.
Yeah.
all right, well, we'll get there soon. We're not going to go through all these, folks. We're going to
This one's also very high on my list, the Jekyll and Hyde versus Scotland Yard. Because there already was a trick-taking game called Jekyll versus Hyde, but now it's a cooperative thing, I think. It's them two, it's the same person, whatever, versus Scotland Yard.
You just spoiled the whole book for me.
Sorry. It seems really cool. I'm probably going to look into this one.
I haven't played any of those, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And the way you've spoken about them always interests me. So I'm
Yeah,
interested
Mondu Games is always coming out with neat stuff.
All right, yeah. Wow, this one says
Darwin's
Q4.
Journey's been out.
Maybe it's because it's the thing.
Maybe we got the cake delivery.
All right, chat when you see one that looks interesting to you.
Okay, what is, sorry.
Islet, Future Inc.
Future Inc.
That's on yours?
is not on my list, but man, it's a very small little card game that's an economic bidding, or like you're trying to basically predict how well your factories are going to do against the public demand for those types of things in a small little card game. I think that's cool.
It looks neat. I like the look of the cards.
It looks gorgeous too.
Yeah.
Islet from Two Tomatoes. This is my number 2.
Of
You
course
were
it is.
so
You
excited
love your
about
Zoo
that.
Tycoons.
You were gaga over that
It
Kickstarter.
looks, come on,
Gaga.
that looks cool.
Gaga.
That
Is
that
looks
a
really
gorilla?
good.
I don't think it looks great. I mean, I'm interested, but
You don't think that looks cool to have all those animals in front of you?
No.
it looks busy.
Tell them no.
Yeah, it's really saturated.
Oh, I'm so excited
Chris. Oh, look at those colors.
Oh,
that
look
blue
at that track. That looks
disgusting.
like
little
you're going to bump
track.
the table, and those tracks are going to go everywhere.
Oh,
Whatever.
the worst game
I
ever.
think this
Tom.
looks amazing.
Wow. Straight.
Man, I've been super polite to their games. Bonsai. A cool little game about bonsai tree. Orleans the Plague. Good grief. This is like, I have no interest in a thing that adds the plague
Not really.
to a Euro game.
To one that's already known as like a fairly tight game. How about just death and destruction?
Herbify. I like that name, actually.
Herbify.
Herbify. Isle of Trains. This one's getting a lot of very positive buzz.
Yeah.
Undaunted Battle Bridge. Amalfi. The Artemis Odyssey. This is a sequel to the Artemis Project.
Yeah, the Artemis Odyssey is the remake of Ad Astra.
Yes.
Yeah, I know Mike picked
Redwood.
that up.
Redwood, you guys were excited about.
You're not, but
I'm not, because it's got measuring or something, right?
Yeah, I played a copy of this
Oh, you did?
at Gen Con. I'm surprised we don't have one in yet, actually. But this is cool. I like the estimating the movement, and then you estimate your camera lens thing. Like
you estimate twice.
it's a double estimation thing. I could see you hating
Yeah,
it.
no, I don't like the measuring.
Yeah.
Lack of incredible specificity bothers me, yes.
Yeah, no, I really liked it. It lives up to its promise. Like in the Kickstarter page when it's like, oh, this is how easy it is to do all this stuff. And you're like, we'll see. I think it pretty well lived up to that.
Expansion for Fayum. Yokai Sketch.
I've reviewed
It's
that
an
already.
oval,
It's
yeah.
come through here.
Art Society. Art Society is one of the games we're playing at the booth.
This looks
From
cool.
Mighty Boards. I
Yeah.
believe Mike Delisio will be showing this one off.
And it's I think
It's
it's
the
a close.
classiest one of us all. That's why.
I think this is a closed-hand auction game, and I really like that, the simultaneous reveal type of thing.
Mitch Wallace is Martin Wallace's nephew.
I did get falsely excited. I was like,
I
M.
just made
Wallace.
that up.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
I made that up.
Totally bought that. I totally bought that. Yeah.
All other men. Hamlet, which has been out since May. Lata, this is a little sardine canning game from Pythagoras. Again, a great looking game. It's there's some issues, but there's some neat stuff in it too. It's a small little card game. House of Cats.
No.
Mike? No?
Mike loves it probably. It's probably his number 1 and his number 2.
Curious because it's a Porta, right? Anything a Porta, I'm like, yeah, I'd like to try it, but
This is the first game from them that I think looks out and out bad.
Really? That strongly.
I really like a Porta, but I don't know.
Battle of Versailles.
I love the cover of this one.
Battle of Versailles is my number 2.
Is it really?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, no,
Because of the
wow.
cover.
Salt and Pepper Games is the reason why.
Yeah.
I have loved so much of the stuff they've been putting out lately. The Hunt and the Resist and
Witchcraft is another
Because
one of the
Witchcraft, that was on your short
yeah.
list.
yeah, that Take a Seat, the roll and write style one.
That's
them.
theirs too. That's right.
Yeah, so
This is 2-player only.
it's a 2-player only. It's a card driven. It's in the same vein as like historical war games, kind of, right? And it's about the Battle of Versailles was a fashion show in the 1970s, I believe, and so they wanted to do that historical approach at it, but they did it in this setting, and it's well researched. It looks very historical. I'm excited about that.
All right. Now, Kosu Dice.
I think that's a trick-taking dice
Yeah,
game.
yeah, that's been out for a bit, I believe. It's you use dice and cards to take tricks.
I feel like I played a game like that.
Mino
Ancient
dice.
Knowledge. This one will be played at the booth.
With the 4
think-
gilded golden cards.
I'm
Yes.
very excited for
I know.
this to get out there.
Camilla's playing
Yeah,
this one, I
I'm in
believe.
this one.
What?
Yep, this is mine. Haha.
I'm gonna watch the whole time. And be like,
Here's the little
Nah,
tiny
maybe not.
expansion for sea salt and pepper.
it's a little extra salt. Just a few more cards you can
Thought that was
shuffle
cute.
in.
Paper.
Coffee Rush. The Artemis Project.
Good old Footprints.
Prince.
Chris and I have played Footprints once, and we don't know yet what we think of it. I don't think I speak for you too much when I say
you
that.
definitely spoke for him there.
We both feel that way.
And we like it. Shut up, Chris.
We both feel like we need to try that again.
Oop.
Okay, so Archaeologic is the one I was thinking of, which is on my list. It's my number 4.
Okay.
And Archaeologic is from one of the people that did Turing Machine.
That's correct.
And it is a logic game also very much like Turing Machine. Which to me, I was like, I don't know. I'm not really like, it's scary. Turing Machine is too much. But I like the look of this one more.
Plus, it sounds like a
It is a
Daft
really-
Punk song.
Absolutely. That's really what it is.
This looks so similar
It really
to
looks very
Turing Machine.
similar. Yeah, it looks similar. But if it gives me something between Turing Machine and the Search for Planet X,
And almost Tiwanaku with that construct there.
yeah, I'm hoping for something in between those two. Obviously, without the app, I guess, for Planet X. But it looks cool to me. The fact that you spin, I'm guessing you spin this thing, and the little parts you see through it is the clue,
Yeah.
the hint, or whatever.
Yeah.
It looks cool.
That's a game that I think I would kind of like Turing Machine. Like, oh, I'll watch you play. I have no interest. Way too logic head down thinky.
What about Freaky Frogs
Nah.
from Outer Space?
frogs
All about them freaking frogs.
No, it's Freaky Frogs from outer space. Outer space.
Frogs from Outer Space.
This is a
Coming
solo
for your face.
pinball game from Friedman Freeze.
Freddie
I
Freeze
did
just
this.
does what he wants to
He
do.
does not care.
I love it.
You're like, you'll never make it. He's like, I will do it now.
no, sounds cool.
I don't like pinball games. The times they've attempted to make pinball into a card game or whatever, roll and ride, I don't like them. But
But you like pinball.
I like pinball.
I feel like
fine.
that's completely different.
Fine. All these years we've been dragging you to pinball.
I play pinball a little bit, but I'm not like super into pinball. Yeah, I don't really think I understand how pinball works exactly. Like
I think you just hit it as hard as you can.
they don't tell
the
you
whole
like the
time.
thing about pinball is it's like a game where they don't tell you all the rules.
Well, they do. Sometimes they're listed on the sides of the machines.
Oh,
You got to figure it out.
Those are the
Yeah.
nerd machines. Those require reading.
yeah, I don't do that.
All right, Portals. This is from Crowd. Nobody put this one on?
No. No.
It looks... Are there no images? Maybe not. Okay.
Oh, I
that's-
know. I did look at this. I watched that one video, and it looked super abstract.
Oh, okay.
A lot of squares, basically, on the board.
Okay, we've already done this
There we
one.
go. Pioneer
Pioneer
Rails.
Rails.
Haven't you
That's
been-
my number 3.
That's my number 2.
I feel like you've been excited about this one for a long
Yeah,
time.
because we
right?
talked about this last
like
time,
last year,
right?
Yeah.
No, it's on it. Was it? No, it's crowd surfing, wasn't it? Or was that before
I don't
Essen?
know. It's been a long time. This
It looks
has
like
been
a
on
Queen game, I said. I remember that.
I know both you and I, Chris, have been kind of waiting for this one for a long time.
I feel like we
I thought
saw
it might. Yeah, because I remember it possibly being at Essen last year, and it wasn't.
No.
As
Or they
opposed to
have-
that Discordia game was at Essen last year, and it's
Yeah.
here again on this preview. But this one wasn't there last year. So hopefully, this time it will be. And it's kind of a... I mean, obviously Western-themed connection sort of thing, right? Poker cards. It has those traditional-looking playing cards. You're connecting stuff on the map. It looks really cool. I've been excited for it for a while, yeah.
Yeah, flipping right, about set collecting cards for poker hands, but also trying to use them for the actions on the board.
Yeah.
I like that offsetting dynamic, so yeah.
Yeah.
Dungeons of Doria. Doria. I don't know, man.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
It looks awesome.
Tacmento, Black Friday, another Friedman Freeze. This is
Yeah.
he's already made Black Friday. This is
that
it
a
was a
second
board
edition?
game. This looks like a card game. Blind
Boomed
Business.
That
business.
one we just reviewed yesterday, actually. It's good. It's kind of a trading, double bluffing kind
Who
of a
did the
game.
review of it?
Joey and me.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, you've played it.
It's I'm not sure on the math on it yet. Delta from Game Brewer, steampunk
Oh,
adventure
boy.
in the Carmaga Delta.
I'll tell you what, Game Brewer, I'm just mega scared of any Game Brewer game now. I really am. Like, in fact, if I see one that looks cool, it happened to me once or twice during this preview. I was looking through them, I saw one, I'm like, oh, that looks cool. Oh, Game Brewer. Nope, let's keep going. Because they're just, I don't know, I've found the ones I've played of theirs unreliable.
They have a lack of development sometimes. Some of
Yeah.
their stuff is good though.
Dracula vs. Van Helsing, I already reviewed. Myself and Joey did it.
I like
Okay,
that
yeah,
art.
okay.
It's neat.
Is that the
thought it was
trick-taking
fine.
game?
No, it's
No.
not really a trick-taking game. It's kind of like just you know, programming a card, and then you reveal a card, and then you program, you know, cards to affect areas,
Okay.
and then you both simultaneously reveal them when you're done, when
Oh,
you
I
pass.
see.
I mean, it
So-
kind of is like the trick taking where it is where you're changing like the Trump suit. There's like the 4 suits in it, you know, and so as you're programming your cards. So there's
Yeah.
so it has that feel. I see where you get that.
Oh, I
but
see.
Cards are
it was
ranked,
fine.
yeah, but you're not like, it's not traditional trick-taking at all. Yeah.
Gods of Rome, another beautiful looking Pythagoras game. This one I'm not a big fan of. It's an area control game that just has some weird rules in it that I just didn't enjoy that much. Falling Edge, Roll for Great Ones, Battle Mages, Expedition to 5X.
That was a good one. Really,
That's a cute little filler.
Really liked that game a lot.
Okay, I'll have to check that
Yeah.
I
out.
haven't seen this one. What is it?
It was a little simultaneous selection card game in which you pick a card you want to activate this round, then everyone flips it, and based on how many people did the same thing, your reward changes, kind of like CV. You know, and
Some of them you want to do with other people, some
When
you
did
don't
you-
want to do with other people,
Yeah.
so you're watching to see
Yeah.
what's
Where-
played out.
Where is the game? Did you play it as a
Civilizations.
demo? Have we reviewed this?
yeah, I reviewed it. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's over by my desk over there, I think. Yeah,
Oh, you just reviewed it.
I reviewed it
a week or two
a week
ago.
ago or two. Yeah.
Okay,
No,
I just
no,
didn't
so
see if
Mike-
you didn't mention it
whenever
by
Mike
the
was here,
library or not.
so we
That's why
played it.
I didn't.
Yeah, it's cute. I didn't love it, but I thought it was pretty good. I forget if we gave it 7s generally.
I remember liking it a lot more than I thought. I was like, wow, like I thought I was just the extra player
Yeah.
in those games. You know, like, okay, fine, I'll be the warm body. But I really enjoyed it a lot more.
It's
I
cute.
thought.
It's cute.
Rome in a Day, an I Split You Choose style game. We've reviewed this one.
Huge thumbs up for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Witch Draft. I don't know why that name amuses me as much as it does.
That little thing on the cover is weird.
It's
like a little bird, but he's.
It's
like he also looks like a little face.
he looks like he's an Escape from Angry Birds.
This one I thought was pretty cute. It's just a simple drafting game where you're kind of reminded me of like Spook Manor, where you're drafting, choosing a card and playing it out in your tableau, and at the end you score your tableau depending on how you placed it. I thought it was pretty light, pretty cute, simple. So it's intriguing.
God, the colors are killing me in that game too. Ugh.
I think because it's such a
Anti-color
small
people.
little thing, it didn't bother me. Because usually I'm that way. I was like, oh, I can't. But I think this one you're just drafting and placing and then move on. It didn't bother me, but I don't know. Maybe it will.
Okay, we got Belgian Beers, Race Dice, Point City, which we've reviewed here, Station Fall. I was initially interested in Station Fall, then I went and looked at the game, and it looks like, well, all the other Ion games. It's like, whoa. What's their most famous game? It's
Oh, what is that?
it will show up here. Oh no, PAX is their most famous one. Sorry, but High Frontier is the one I'm
High
thinking of.
Frontier.
High Frontier, you need a doctorate to play that game, and that's not quite true, but it's also not a big exaggeration.
You will get a doctorate by the end of it. Like, it's long and mathy and scientific-y.
Fit to Print, we just reviewed that. I really want to play this one
General Orders, yeah.
from Trevor Benjamin, David Thompson.
This one would be on my list. I mentally kind of skipped it because it was on my Gen Con anticipated list.
And then we didn't get it there.
Yeah.
Anunnaki,
The
from Crania Creations, and Luciani. Oh, these are from the same guys who did the mice game, aren't they? The exact same two.
Oh,
It's such a
interesting.
forgettable cover and a forgettable name.
It is.
It's gonna get buried.
Nothing stands
Yeah.
out.
This is like a big one, too. I think there's like a big old
are
area
pretty
control kind of Euro-y game that...
Looks cool, though.
I really like that board. Like,
Is that a space Jar Jar Binks?
You mean Jar Jar Binks? He already was a space thing.
No, he never went into space. He stayed on his
loved
planet.
space.
He stayed on his planet.
No, you're thinking of Han Solo.
Jar Jar Binks. We
I
never
love
saw him
space.
in space, did we?
Yeah. He totally gets on the spaceship and he goes to Tatooine. He's not from that planet.
What, he was not on Tatooine? What are you talking about?
Tom, you're not a real
Oh,
nerd,
my
okay?
goodness.
Hang on,
Okay,
I'm,
look, here,
I'm
I'll
going
explain
backwards to the
you,
movie
okay?
now.
Okay, Star Wars, Episode 4, A New Hope. Okay? Lights up. You see the sun. There's Anakin Skywalker. Here
Yeah,
comes-
you're right.
here comes-
You're right. Shut up.
Ooh, Lisa loves to raise pods.
Fiction, memoirs of a gangster. No,
That's around here somewhere. I've poked at it a little bit. Seems like an interesting card manipulation, push your luck maybe, cooperative game. I don't know too much about it yet.
Holiday Hijinks, the turkey trial.
I like those a lot. I'll probably pick it up.
Judge
I really
that
like those.
turkey.
You've said many games you're going to pick up.
No, like ones like this
That
that,
one's
I
easy, though.
know
It's
of.
small.
Exactly. Like
Pocket.
I'll probably pick that up. I
You can
really
take
like
that
those
through
a
the
lot.
security thing. They'll be like, what's in your
Yeah.
pocket? You're like, Holiday Hijinks. They're like, not a problem.
Turkey trial.
The Warp. Alien races compete for a pod racing.
No.
Power on a forsaken planet. Arum, trick-taking game where you have to play tricks that are different. Veil of Eternity. We have a review of this coming up
This weekend, I think.
tomorrow, I think.
Saturday.
Well, spoiler, it's very positive. This one, though, I believe, is already sold out on the pre-order, I think. But it's great. Nar! From Bombix. Get a Viking crew together.
I'm curious about that one.
Yeah, I think it's a very small game. That's the one thing I was like, oh, we'll see.
Yeah.
Between Light and Shadow from Board Game Raccoon. I don't like that name, but... Trolls and Princesses.
You like that name?
Not really. It sounds like a ripoff of Dungeons
Again,
and
it's
Dragons.
Dan Brewer, though. For me, I'm like, no.
This one, that looks like a My Little Pony there in the front.
Yeah, that's.
Wow. Whoa.
I like these little meeple guys.
I do
Do
like
you?
the little yellow ones. I think they're cute.
Those are
but-
gold bars.
Oh.
No, they're not.
No, we have the leers.
No,
No, they
don't
were
be a
gold
jerk.
bars.
There's a baby in swaddling clothes.
Wow. Interesting. I don't know.
All right, Micro Macro Crime City Showdown.
That is
Number
my number
4.
2. Well, that one and with the bonus
Goes-
box specifically.
Oh, this is on
sorry.
yours too?
No, I was
Oh.
saying that this is the 4th one. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. No, so this is the 4th one. It's my number 2. Along with the bonus box to put the 4 together. My son loves these, and I am the person that will take and clear out the floor and just go through those ridiculous lengths to play it with him. I think this is, we've known it's been coming since the very first one, right? All 4 of them and putting them together. I'm so excited about this. And I was telling him about it, a weekend or 2 ago, talking about it. He's like, what? Oh, it's finally happening. We had a really neat little thing. So I'm super stoked about this.
One of my
think-
favorite things that you do is when you do your impression of your son, because he always
yeah.
comes across like, "Puh, yeah, you farted, that's funny." Or you know, like,
Okay, but if you meet him, because if he does like, huh, that's like his equivalent of like, ah! It's on his scale of emotion. It's quite big.
Kazan Mad King Ludwig 2nd edition. I don't know what that even means.
That seems that they're putting the game out again with a couple of tweaks, probably.
Maybe they're adding some of the stuff that they put in the
the deluxe
deluxe one.
Yeah.
Maybe. Extra player colors, hopefully.
Fable, the Spirit Lands. Europa Universalis. I can't pronounce that. Oh, Gluons.
Gluons?
Sorry. I thought that was an I at first. Gluons. Rebel Princess, also known as Princess Leia. Avoid marriage proposals and become the only single princess at the end of the party. That's actually a pretty funny.
That's a funny theme, yeah.
No, thank you.
It's relatable of an issue to me as well.
You had to fight off, suits right and left. Sail from All Play.
Yep,
Val-
solid trick taking.
Balbara. If you've not played, this is 2022. I guess it's a 2023 game. We got to add that to our
I think it was
2023 list.
23
Yeah,
says
that's a
this year,
good
wasn't it?
game.
Yeah, you
It
like that a
really
lot.
is.
It's all right.
Cosmoctopus, I like it.
Great.
It's fine. It's like every other game.
Wait,
No,
Valbara?
don't cause. Yeah, I found it fine.
No, I like
love
that a lot.
I know. You guys
If I get 5 people together and like, what should we play? It's a quick time. That's my game of choice right
Yeah,
now.
it's the best game ever made.
Freelancers. We gave this very high reviews here in Dice Center. We like it
y'all
a lot.
did,
Very
yep.
good.
I'm excited to try that one.
Go Cuckoo. A competitive nest building party game. No?
Yeah.
How about this one? Apocalypse Socks.
Look, it may sound dumb.
Fear me.
Oh my god.
Oh,
The
it's a
apocalypse is
dryer-
nah.
I like when people do kooky zany things. Sometimes they're good,
Yeah.
but if we never had weird ones, then you'd never find those like weird gems. This could possibly be fun.
You could, technically, yeah.
Yeah.
It might be. The Cathedral of Orleans.
Oh,
This
that's
is
right.
the cooperative version of Orleans.
And it's like it looks like family weight. It looks like Orleans Kids or something like that. I'm intrigued.
The Glade. This one's a little unusual because it doesn't look like most of R&D games from Richard Breese.
Right.
It also doesn't. It's not called Key Glade.
Oh, yeah.
So there's that. It's a beautiful cover, actually.
I'm surprised he did not want to do a Keywoods or something.
Keywoods.
Key Glade sounds like something you plug in your wall to make your house smell better.
Actually, that's the first thing Glade makes me think of anyway.
Yeah.
Tipperary from Lookout.
Another Lookout game. Curious about it. I've heard good stuff on it.
Tangram City. Just in case you're curious about what this is a city of tangrams.
Yes. There's no false advertising here.
Beacon Patrol. This got a kind of a meh review from everybody.
It got a bad review from me, actually.
Oh, all right. Hidden Ark. Mindbug. Here's the box.
The bonus box.
You've already
yeah.
given out your number, though, so this one.
Yeah. I put them together, yeah.
We just got this one in from Rebel Studio, Mlem Space Agency, from Reiner Knizia. Everything about this looks amazing, except that cover is so creepy.
This
Cover
wasn't
is
on
weird.
Mike's list, was it?
This is
Oh, I'm
definitely,
surprised it
this would
wasn't.
be on Mike's list, wouldn't it?
I
No,
think
it
he
wasn't. He
typed
put
out his
his.
vibe.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
he
put
did?
it in the
Stare
chat.
at them.
That is
Yeah.
so disturbing.
Stare
really
at them.
don't
This
like
one's
it.
face is so terrifying. Oh, never mind. Never mind. It's the same cat.
That's
It's the same cat. I thought it was a different cat.
I think the one on the left is the very round one.
He just ate the 4th cat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, he forgot, Mlem. This is his number 1. So something else fell off the list.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah, sorry.
That's not how
man.
it works.
Yeah, sorry.
That's
Nope.
lack of preparation. Side Quest Nemesis. We got this. I haven't played it yet. This is like a little cooperative one. Although the one we got Did anyone else see it? It feels like a prototype. I
I
wasn't
did
sure
not
it was
look
the
at it very
final game.
closely, no.
No, don't know about it.
Tiger and Dragon Oink game. I'm sure this
I
was
know
on
Mike
Mike's
was
list.
all about that, yeah.
Yeah, I played it at the retreat. I thought it was okay. Even playing like the more advanced modes, Mike was like, now you're going to think that this game plays itself, but wait till you play it.
Gonna play itself.
Kind of plays itself.
Okay. Haverlandi, Lularis 45, Siberia.
There we go. That's one of mine. That's my number 3. Because it's, again, from Shadi Torbe there and his new Impatience publishing studio. And he's done all those solo and 2-player Onirim, all of those games, that line, the Oniverse. And this is, I think, the last one that we know of, and maybe the last one.
Heard that before from Donald Vaccarino.
I thought there was one more, right? Because last year we got,
Yeah, there's that
Space
booklet. Is this not the
Serion.
last one?
I thought there was room for 2
There
more
might be another
after
one
the
after
current
this one. Okay.
Yeah, but he's kind of
anyway,
got
this is the
his-
next one after the last one. And then, to be fair, the one we saw last year, whatever it was, we were at Essen last. Was that last
year, yeah.
I was kind of not thrilled by that one.
I liked it, but you had to put the extra modules in.
Even with that stuff, I thought it was a bit of a step down from the last couple that had been really great.
Okay.
You know, the last couple had added dice, and there was some nice dice-driven stuff going on in it. And it was the first one that was only published under the Impatience name, the company. I thought it was a step down. I wasn't as fascinated by it. But this designer has made a lot of little games. They continue to innovate and put out neat stuff. So I'm excited to check it out. And there is that
It's back.
gigantic
Fly is awake
plug
again.
again.
Horsefly. There it is.
Good night.
Kamikaze between
Almost
the
hit
two
my
lights.
face. Hey, the next game is Leonardo da Vinci. Finally.
All right, Leonardo da Vinci, and the only piece of artwork people have ever seen him do. Castle of Burgundy Special Edition, Mindbug, Solar Sphere, Challengers Beach Cup, Space Kraken,
Space Kraken.
Scoventer, Trio,
I
War of the
didn't
Ring. Oh, sorry.
Trio is going to be the reprint, the retheme of Nana, that little card game that people have been playing all over the time. It's
that's
played at
what
the
it is,
retreat
okay.
a lot. It's
haven't
Gamer
seen that.
Go Fish. It's just a little card game. Everyone has a few cards in hand. There's a few face down on the table. You can only ask someone, hey, show me your highest or your lowest card in hand, and you're trying to reveal all of the ones, or you're trying to reveal all 3 of the 3s or all 3 of the 2s or something, and you collect that set. Collect 3 sets and you win. It's like a gamer-ier version of Go Fish, and it's
Is it good?
good. It
You
sounds
liked it?
it sounds like it wouldn't be from the rules, but once you start playing around it too, and you're like, I got what's going on. I like it.
Okay.
All right.
All right. War of the Ring, the card game expansion against the Shadow.
Now,
Huang.
Huang here is the reprint of Yellow and Yanzi, right?
Well, I mean, if there's one thing they got right, it's the box cover. What on earth? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's terrible. Oh, I'm keeping Yellow Yangtze.
Wow.
Oh, it has big miniatures, though. Good, because that's what I wanted.
Interesting.
The miniatures are the leaders, I guess, from
I
the...
guess so.
Wow. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's what it is. It's
the
a
Yellow,
reprint of
the
that.
Yellow Yangtze game looks good.
It looks real good.
Well, you got those upgraded bits too. That doesn't hurt it.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm not switching. Pursuit of Happiness Big Box. That came out in May. Castles of Mad King Ludwig renovations. Critical Sanctuary, which... Interstellar. A lot of people cry in that game. Mitake's. Amygdala from Game Brewer. Elemental Duel. Nautilus Island.
That
Sherlock-
Nautilus Island game we played, and that's really neat. I like that a lot.
It's a goopy game. Yeah. Good. Little,
Sherlock in Time. Another War of the Ring expansion. This is War of the Ring expansion. Kings of Middle Earth.
oh, not the card game, like the board game.
Oh. Going
Oh,
back.
wow. Really?
Okay.
That's cool.
Animal Keeper. The Dutch Resistance. This has been talked about a long time. I think we talked about this when it was on Kickstarter. Arn Shall
Yeah.
Overcome.
It's
That's
in my-
one of those names you don't forget.
It's in my top 10. It's not quite in the top 5, but I'm really hopeful about that one.
FTW.
For the win?
That better be it.
Yes.
Crackham with the cover, which was designed in 1872.
Oh.
Happy Campers, Senjutsu, Yunin, On the Road Again, Comet.
Cute.
That's kind of a cool looking cover.
That 12-chip
That's all
trick,
right.
I did not look at it very closely, but that looks cool.
That was Mike's number 5.
Was
I think.
it?
It is.
Oh,
on his
Are
okay.
those pigs
I'm curious
playing
about
poker?
it.
Because
too.
Mike is all about these little, he's all about the weird little tricky card games. And
Yeah.
he was looking at it, then I'll have to check it out as well.
Yeah, little micro trick-taking game, functionally.
Arabella, where you let your kittens play with your trains.
That one I'm curious about
That was a
too.
Kickstarter as
Covered
well,
that in a
wasn't it?
Kickstarter, yeah.
Yeah.
Here's that we're playing at the booth from the Art Project. And I'm actually surprised this is not getting more buzz.
It's on my short list here.
It looks
Yeah,
really
same.
cool.
It's like
That looks
6.
really cool,
It's like
yeah.
You
six
are
for
art. You are people trying to stop art. You're like stealing the art before the artists do, kind of like the Monument Men or whatever they were called.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
like stealing the artwork, stolen artwork back,
yeah.
right? Like reclaiming it.
Right. It's a cooperative.
It is. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I said,
This
it's
is
on my
one
short
you're
list.
playing at the booth.
I'll be playing this at the booth, absolutely.
Aldebaran.
Aldebaran.
Just name your planet something else for the level. But it's Vladimir Suchi, so I'm back in.
It's for 1 to 2 players too. That's weird.
Gampai. Moorland. What is it with like people loving the fact of waterfalls having no start point? That in Avatar, where did all that water come from?
Right.
The clouds.
That's a lot of condensation then.
Yeah, that's how avatars work. What are we talking about?
Like those floating islands and like waterfalls coming off
all
them.
of it, right.
Where's the source of the water up there?
Yeah,
There's a
it's
higher island that it's
Pandora's
falling off of.
outer atmosphere is nasty. with
Nilo.
water.
We're at a bunch of Mycelia. Has everyone done their top 5?
No, one of mine has
I
not
have.
One
showed
hasn't
up
come
yet.
up, but it might have been because it's only French or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, there is a ton of games here. Here's Rats of Wistar. Guest
guess.
My
Yes,
Set.
my set.
New guest. Terraforming Mars, the dice game. This is pretty far down, actually,
Yeah.
comparatively, right?
No,
It is, yeah. Review that's out or coming out? I don't remember.
So yeah, I know that was recently reviewed.
Printing Press. This is the sequel to Gutenberg. It's a smaller game, but I enjoyed this one.
Favorable review from you and me.
Maps of Mystera. This one is a game where there's like an island, and you're making a map of that island, and you want your map to match the island, but also your sponsor has like a secret thing they want you to do, so you might make your map different just to meet your
Oh,
sponsor.
really?
Yeah.
That's fun.
You're like, you wanted a lot of mountains? There's definitely a lot of mountains.
That's fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
It is. The game
hilarious.
itself is fine. I wish there was a little bit more to it. Starfighters, piece of trash. This one looked interesting. Did you guys see this? Explorers of the
Explorers of the
Woodlands?
I think that's one that we looked at on Kickstarter, if I'm not mistaken. But maybe I might be mixing it with something else. It
That looks
cool.
very Plaid Hattish, that cover.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one I think that we
I don't have
talked about on crowd surfing.
I don't have any recollection of that. The Chronicles of Avel looks interesting. The new
The new
adventures.
expansions?
Yeah, the expansions for that.
Virtual Revolution's back there. What else?
Jin is another one we're playing at the booth.
Yeah.
Who's playing that? You?
Z's
I think
playing
I'm
that one.
playing
I think I've
that.
seen
Yeah.
it,
Can
yeah.
you click on that for me?
This is from Benjamin Schweer. How do I know his name? He did Hadara. Ooh,
Oh,
and Crown of Amara. This is a good.
Yeah.
And Livingston.
Well, there's a game, and I don't think it's this game, but there was a game called Jin that was a trick-taking game. I'm guessing it's not this game? Got it. No.
Wow, that looks very Notre Dame there. That board actually.
But it's almost like the same
it does.
font, too. That old game called Jin almost had a similar font as well. So, just one of those things.
I gotta
Yeah.
say, I don't know the cover does, but the pedigree of this game.
Agreed.
Hadara is in my top 100. I really like it, and I really like Crown of Amara too.
I agree. Very good Euro games. This designer is someone I look out for sure. So I'll be very interested to get into it. And yeah, I'll be playing it live or in person there.
Shake That City, which we
Just
reviewed. That is
reviewed.
coming up. Oh, today our review went up of this.
What?
Yep.
Walkie Burano.
So timely.
Light
Like
in
a
the Dark.
sequel to Murano, I think is. It's like a roll and write game version
Yeah, it's a
or
roll and
something.
write
Oh.
version. Chomp from All Play, I believe
You like that one, Tom.
I do, but I like even more Couture, and I'll be playing this at the All Play booth.
Have those not been out for a while?
Over
No,
there, I'm guessing they're coming on now.
We played them pretty early, if you
Yep.
remember.
I do. Okay,
And
that
then
was early.
they got to us a little earlier before the Kickstarter delivery, and then the Kickstarter delivery, and now you can go buy them.
Okay,
Right.
okay. So yeah, it feels like it's been a long time. All right.
Because we got them just before Gen Con. They were not at Gen Con. They just missed Gen Con.
Got it.
Oh,
okay.
you're right.
Yeah. Drop Drive, Line It, Age of Wonders, Planetfall.
Which we Drop Drive. Oh, Drop Drive. That's the one from Dungeon Drop
Yeah.
Company, right? The
Yes.
spaceship one. Cool.
Yep.
Taiwan Night Market. Chris has played this one.
Yeah, I need to try it with the extra modules and stuff in that base box. I think basic was fine. Was pretty fun.
Unfold Through the Wall.
I'm curious about that. Whether they're giving away a free demo mission or something of that from Gen Con, and I haven't tried that, but I was interested.
Garden Guest. Julia was talking about this one. It's I played this originally, the early version of this one.
This
From
is the
Stephen
Stephen
Glenn.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scram!
Scram is the one I just played as
Played
an
the
app, actually.
yeah.
Time Division is one you can flip the box upside down. Is Come Stay Away on Mike's top 5? I think he
It
said
was
so.
No, he's
Because
played
he
it.
But he's
played
played,
it, that's
yeah,
why.
he's played.
Oh. Come Stay Away.
Wow, I have one left, and it's pretty far
Yeah,
down
again,
here.
I'm thinking mine is maybe
Pollen
only in
from Oakley?
French, and that's why it's not coming up.
Romy Rami, that's one you should check out. That's a nice little, very light game of collecting sets, but I thought it was enjoyable. Deep Dive from AEG.
Little push your luck game, yeah.
Sagrada Artisans. Chris is playing through this, and
Yeah, Wendy and I are we're four or five games into it so far.
Okay.
out of 600. Hike. This every time I see this cover, I think, oh no, it's that dog sled cover.
I know.
Every time. Gets me every time.
I know.
We did that thing just before Essen last year, and I saw a big poster of this
Yep.
at the Spiel, and I was like, oh, okay, good.
Another side quest, 7th Sea, 5 Peaks,
5 Peaks was interesting.
Pyramid Dice, Sweet Mess. So this originally, the company that originally published this disappeared, but Pika Games and who's distributing it?
Fantasia.
Yeah,
Fantasia.
Pika is like
Pika-
a Fantasia, what is it?
It's like their sister
Imprint.
company, so
Yeah.
it's their like lighter weight games, whereas Fantasia, part of the company, is going to be like the heavier, the Euros, the Unconscious Minds, Endless Winter, things like that. Pika will be a subdivision.
The theme of this is you're all grabbing ingredients in the middle and making stuff, and everything's getting all over the place. A little Moncala stuff. I'll be playing this live at the booth.
It's part of the bag giveaway, I think.
I
Are you
know he's
playing-
playing it at the
And
booth.
it's part of the bag giveaway. Yes, because we
okay,
talked about
close.
that because it was a bigger game. I remember that.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Yep.
I don't know if we're
Hey,
supposed to be spoiling all
Kids
that.
Chronicles, super
more
excited
Kids
about that one.
Chronicles.
Super
That's
excited
great.
about that one.
That's great.
Yep.
I believe that Kitty
I almost put that in my top 5.
If you go back up, I
Yeah.
think that Kitty Eye, the duel, is also being played live at the
You're right. Thank you,
Yes.
Kirai the Duel. In fact, there will be duels between not only Dice Tower people, but our enemies. I'm kidding, not our enemies, but our friends who run other channels. Our enemies! And if you guys don't destroy them,
Don't even bother coming back.
no, you switch positions.
Oh, okay. Got
Oh
it.
boy.
Oh,
Jeez.
wow.
Stakes are high.
Ziggy's out there trying to lose.
We'll see. Lowest score wins, right?
Almost Innocent is a cooperative deduction game for people who want to play a lighter version of that kind of thing. It's not that hard, but I'm okay with that as a cooperative game. So you're giving each other clues, and then everyone's crossing stuff off their board. But like I
interesting.
have Camilla's solution, Camilla has Chris's solution, Chris has my solution. It's kind of like that.
Oh, I might
Yeah.
be interested in that.
That's cool.
And also, I really like the art. It's remember that the other game they made, Chris? The
Well, we just saw an expansion for that other game, actually, Hidden Leaders.
yeah,
I
Hidden
think it is.
Leaders.
Oh,
The same
yes.
artist there.
It's that same look.
Oh, good.
very,
Yeah.
very similar.
Hard
cool.
to get. We have this one. I haven't played it.
How dare you?
How dare you? Is a game that you kind of play in line. You're guessing numbers without going too high.
It
And
has
for
a
some
great
reason,
cover.
they picked the creepy. I don't get that cover at all.
It's getting them attention. My goodness, that fly is going to murder me.
Beaver Creek, that one's fun.
Hey, this is on your list, right?
Yeah, the evergreen pines and cacti. Yeah, I'm excited for that. It's not my top 5, no, because, expansions. but
Right up there. Flamme Rouge BMX is on my short list. It's in the top 10.
This is interesting to me. It's
It's-
Flamme Rouge for kids.
Okay, so it's standalone. I was going to ask. Yeah.
Yes.
That's cool. That's interesting.
Sorry.
You were catching a fly or you were
I
getting
was trying to.
I was like, did you get it?
I definitely did not get it.
Too slow.
Roll to the top. Balloon Pop. Tetris and Candy Crush.
You.
Well, the one I'm missing, there's one I'm missing called Far Away. One word, Far Away. It might be only in French, is possibly why.
Spell it.
Like far away, but one word.
It can't be done, Z.
Dun, 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 dun. It's not here.
Yeah,
but
so it might
but
be
now we've
because-
lost our place.
You can always just
Oh, that was a long time ago.
BGG search it, right?
Yeah, we'll look at it in a second. We'll come back to Far Away. Let's finish this list quickly. Where were we? We were right there at Mindspace. That one is another all-play game, and let's see, mission complete. Now we're gonna go faster. The new version of Habengut.
Yeah, the rich and the good, yeah.
You taught that one to me, Z.
Sunrise Lane. I'm actually surprised this one's so low.
It's a Knizia game, I know.
By Horrible
What's
Guild.
going on? That's weird.
Good company. So I got to play it. Mike taught it to. He brought it to the retreat.
Oh, you did?
It's a reworking of Rondo, which is a forgotten game. And this one looks much nicer than the one that was printed in 1996.
Okay.
It was fun.
Gap, a little card game from Arcane Wonders.
Good
Oh,
one,
we
it's a
played
good
that,
one.
yeah.
Newsboy.
Newsboys.
Newsboys
Yeah.
is a new Saatchi and Saatchi game, yeah.
By the way, there's this Simula thing. They're gonna play. There's so much Simula at this point. There's
There's
so
a Lord
many
of the
decks.
Rings one, actually, that looks super cute.
Yeah, so I was going to say the Lord of
Oh,
the Rings
yeah.
ones, I'll probably, I like that a lot.
And that one, that's the deck they did same thing last year, right? Where they did all of the new Essen release games as Similo cards. I
As Similo
think,
cards.
right?
Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
Which is funny because at Essen I was like, this is useless. I don't know these games. And then like 4 months later, looking at it, I was like, oh, I know all these games now.
Right, it was a lot of fun. It was kind of fun discovering it through the year.
Small Samurai Empires. This is like 6-pack. Small Samurai Empires expansion. That's kind of an interesting one. It goes to 5 players, meh, but it adds a little like tech tree to a very simple little area control game I liked.
Potato Man. I'm gonna hunt down Potato Man.
Oh, I'm so mad that I bought the American or the U.S. release reprinting of it with the newer art, and that Play-T one looks so much cooler.
Oh,
You shouldn't say that. You should sell yours, and then tell people that this one looks cooler. After you've manipulated the market.
Manipulate that
Yours.
Oh,
market.
Yeah,
Black Friday.
that's what I need to do.
The Perfect Wave that came out at Gen Con from
Yeah,
the
we
Op.
played
I played
that.
that there. There's the Similo,
there
the Lord of
it
the Rings.
is. It looks really good, too.
That looks so
yeah,
cute.
I'm
This is
excited.
the same game. That's
That's a terrible title.
So bad. Yeah.
It's so nice.
it's Wolfgang Warsch.
I
I am interested in that. He does tend to make good
Same
stuff.
Yeah, yeah. He's been quiet for a bit, hasn't
He's
he?
peaked.
He's living off of that Quacks money.
Hens. There's another one that I thought would get more buzz or clucks.
Oh,
Robot Quest Arena.
I played that. That's really neat. I like Robot Quest Arena.
Bombay Valley. Micro Dojo. And some of these also have fewer. There's some more from All Play, Big Top,
Yeah.
and Fiction. Some of these have fewer thumbs because they were just at it.
Yes, that is a factor.
So, and again, if it's at the top, it gets more thumbs by being at the top. It's harder to move up. So I'm not using the thumbs as a necessary, that's how things are. But also, we're basically getting down to
easy way
expansion at this point.
sort it.
18 Cuba, there were several 18XX games being released there.
I wonder if I missed earlier when we went by.
Oh, Buffet Boss, we just got that in the mail.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh.
Yeah, my number 1.
You're looking for your
hasn't
number
shown
1?
up yet. Yeah.
Well,
Really?
you're like esoteric. It's probably here at the bottom with 3 thumbs. That's probably not true.
I wonder
All
if I didn't
roads.
filter it correctly or something.
Ensemble. Well, if that's the case, you're going to be sad because your game will not be in English, the one you want. All right, well, let's just look for them. I think there's
All right,
still
so
like...
we're going to remove the...
Okay, I'll take off the English thing. So we go from 596 titles
Yeah.
to
1 billion.
900.
900. Oof.
All right, what's the name of yours again?
So many games.
Mine is called Far Away. One word. Far.
Farra.
Right
Yeah.
there. Far
Look at that.
Away.
It says right after it, French.
French edition.
Good going, Garcia.
But it's so cute.
I
It
hope I
comes
didn't
with
mess
3
up.
different covers, or 4 different covers. It's a little set collection card game. All the covers are the same, but it's the same game, by the way. So in case you happen to be watching this and are curious, the covers are the only difference. The same game inside. And I don't know, it just looks really bright and colorful and charming. It seems to be a little set collection card game.
Oh, now bright and colorful is okay?
Yeah, it's okay when it's small. Small, Tom. I like the look of this one a lot.
I do too. I didn't see it because
Because what? Get good.
I don't read French.
Big friend.
Who's the designers on this one?
Oh,
Goopy?
Johannes Goopy, man.
see, it says rules in English will be provided.
There it is.
But then it
Yes.
says French.
Redemption.
So
Well,
it's
then
still
it should have been
French
underneath English. How many games have I
But it's
missed?
still the French edition, so it looks
It
like they're going to
is.
be provided like it's something you get with it.
Yeah.
I'm going
That
to go
might
check
be
this
it.
out. Johannes Goopy's on fire right now.
All right, what about you, Chris?
I agree with you. My number 1 is Match of the Century.
Oh, yeah. That is Paolo.
That is
German,
only
so
in
that's
German.
The German one.
Chris.
Okay, so that's
Oh,
why we
is
didn't
it?
see it.
Do they provide American English rules?
We'll have to see.
Available in separate English and German editions.
Okay, but that's not the
There
one
you
listed
go.
on this list.
Maybe
though.
I'm not getting on
so-
Eric's case.
No.
This is a lot of work to do here.
Oh my gosh, yeah, no.
This might have made my list. Yeah, I'm very excited about this.
Yeah, Match of the Century, Polymori, 2-player head-to-head game. It's another one. So my 1 and my 2 actually are both kind of historical card-driven games. That's typically usually like a wargaming type thing. But between the Battle of Versailles and then this, the Gary Fisher, the other name is escaping me. The chess match. What a cool setting for like a card-driven game like this. La partida del siglo.
Alrighty, let's pull off the, let's go back to the main thing here. Just in case you're wondering, and I'm going to tell you the different games that we are playing at the booth, because some of them didn't show up in that preview for whatever reason. So, again, our booth is in Hall 3. Come by and see us. But on the first day, Thursday, Mike will be playing Sea of Thieves, Voyage of Legends from Steamforged, which is also a game in the bag. Then Chris is playing some all-play stuff. Come by and best him in Caputo, Sumo, or Mountain Goats.
No, that's impossible.
Well, Mountain Goats has a little bit of luck, so maybe you'll lose.
I have the winning strategy.
Then Z will be playing The Art Project from
That's
the
right.
Op,
You
and
got it.
Camilla playing Ancient Knowledge.
Yeah, I'm excited about that one.
That's a good day.
It is. A lot of good ones there.
Friday, I'll be playing Sweet Mess. I will be making a mess with people. Mike's going to be playing a game called Time Division from Heidelbar. Z will be playing Gin, and Chris will be playing Rats of Wistar.
Yeah.
Saturday, Camilla's playing Draft and Write Records. This is from Inside Up. I'll be playing that
cool.
Among Cultists game. Mike will be playing Art Society, and Chris will be knee deep in hexes.
That's right. That wasn't on there at all.
Well, again, we might have missed it because of the English thing.
Yeah.
And then on Sunday, we'll be having that tournament again, the Kirai, the Duel.
That's right.
All that, and then on Saturday, I'll be at the All Play booth playing games over there with folks, Couture. And on Sunday, I'll be at the Op booth, and I believe I might be playing the Art Project like Z did.
Okay.
So
So even if I'm not at one of those things, I'm going to be playing the art project. I'm very
you're not
very
allowed.
interested in that one.
Not allowed. So there's a lot of stuff going on. We'd love you to come by and say hi. We'll have some promos if you want to get some of them. If just see play games, just say hi to everyone who's there. We really appreciate you watching all this. And we now have like a few hours to get ready for both the World Series of Board Gaming next week and then Essen directly after that.
That's right.
So just in case it wasn't clear, World Series of Board Gaming, me, Roy, Z, and Camilla will be there. We'll be showing up at some point tomorrow, but you'll see us late Saturday, Sunday. And if you're going to that event, you'll be there. But we'll also be streaming many of the finals here on this channel. But there's still videos and stuff going up on the week because we got Chris and Wendy and Joey and Mike holding the fort. Then the following week at Essen will be Chris, Mike, me, Z, and Camilla. And Roy, Wendy, and Joey and Alex will be holding the fort here.
A little tricky with the commas
Right.
versus periods there.
Yeah.
So who's holding the fort? It's Roy, Wendy, Joey, Alex.
Yes.
Those are the four
Yeah.
that'll be here.
And then I'll be dead. But we'll be back. And we'll be doing normal stuff. And we'll have so many games. Assuming they make it
Will.
back from Germany, what's going to happen to them this time? Every year it's a new adventure. Every year.
Track your luggage, folks. Track your luggage.
We have a friend who they use his name as like his last name is Brenner. They say Brenner Travel because he always has things happening with travel. Our travel's been okay for the most part, but getting those games from Germany, that's the Dice Tower method. I don't know what it is. We've tried a different way every year, and we've never had it go off perfectly. One year they were months late.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
One year,
Oh yeah.
all the food disappeared. Still suspicious about that.
Yeah.
Last year, the suitcase sat in Germany for forever.
Thanks to all of our German friends who, I mean, no joke, must have jumped
yeah.
through
Round and
so
round.
many hoops.
Yeah.
Mike, I'm not putting an Apple AirTag in every box of the game.
Every game.
Now. But it is going into luggage, that's for sure. I need to get some more. Okay, anyway, until next time, I'm Tom Vasel.
I'm Chris Yee.
I'm Camilla.
I'm Zee Garcia.
Thanks to the All Play and the app for sponsoring us. We'll see you guys at one of these conventions.